the beginning, there was nothing. And then there was the Drunken Peasants Podcast.
I gotta get a witness. No!
Say, man, you got a joint? No, not on me, man.
I don't have facts to back this up.
It'd be a lot cooler if you did.
That's true. Sometimes I cry.
Oh!
Lick my butthole, he laughed.
From the strangest corners of the internet, here to bring you opinions of the world from an altered perspective. Here are your hosts, the Drunken Peasants.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Drunken Peasants Podcast, episode 1119.
Do it live.
Doing it live.
Doing it live.
Doing it live. We got Scott back for the first time in a while. Welcome back.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, anytime. So we're going to get into something that occupied most of my time today.
As it should have. I mean, don't talk about it like you spent your time poorly. You did the right thing, Ben.
I was wondering when it was going to stop giving.
Turns out never.
Never.
It's kind of amazing, actually, how reality is abundant with unreal, with surrealism lately. It's an abundant.
I would describe it as an embarrassment of riches.
Yeah. Oh, it's good. It's actually amazing. We were watching the
like that song by Kanye West. Amazing.
Yes. No one man should have this much power. We're gonna talk strictly in Kanye lyrics for the rest of the episode.
Nice.
But yeah, it's kind of amazing to watch this descent into madness, and there's a lot to talk about.
And by the way, does everything seem better now that we're live? You said sometimes.
Yes, it does.
Okay.
In fact.
So all it takes is us to go live, and I guess
everything's better when we're live.
Zero fucking sense.
Right, because we're using more bandwidth and shit right now.
Yeah, when you start using more bandwidth, it becomes less choppy. That makes perfect sense, right? Computers.
Everybody watching at home, I hope you can see us in 4K high definition.
It's not 4K. It's 1080.
That's close enough.
I thought it was 3K. Is it not?
Was there ever a 3K? I know there was a 2K.
Well, spell it out. And
oh, I see. Already,
we got there.
Get it out of your system. Get it out of your system.
I have a disease.
Patrons
I didn't go to my brain doctor today.
Patrons $1,488 and above get a free dog whistle.
Everyone, please like the stream.
We're trying to run a family show here, and you're coming in with your nonsense and your numbers. And
I'm just here for the kids.
Dogs.
I'm here for the kids. A lot of people don't know
Stop
that.
dead naming me in the chat, by the way. That's not cool.
Someone calling you handsome?
Oh. Yeah, I'm not handsome anymore. Stop dead naming me.
You're rugged now.
I'm pretty rugged, I gotta say.
Has Tim Pool gotten any backlash since his episode with Kanye?
Has Tim Pool gotten any pussy since his episode with Kanye?
I imagine. He had that really cool Magic the Gathering card skit with Marjorie Taylor Greene. Like that
That's quite a pair.
That really like poor joke where their initials are both MTG and
that is fun.
They turned it into like a 3-minute cringe video. That was impressive. Right. I want to hear if Kanye commented on Tim Pool's music at all. That was really the fallout of that.
Tim Pool was a gold record selling musician.
He's got pop punk, political crybaby rap, or not rap.
Nice
rock.
He's a real Sum 41. Is that a reference? Is that a reference for today's youth?
I get that reference.
Absolutely. A comment in the chat, Ben and Billy. Scoot is best wrestler, fur or no? Your thoughts?
Fur.
I don't understand what that means.
A fair question. I don't know if it means I'm the best wrestler, whether of any wrestler, whether they have fur or not, or I'm the best wrestler, whether or not I have fur.
Yeah, it's unclear, so I decline to answer at this time.
That's fair. Now, a lot of people are. There's going to be there's a lot of talk around the water cooler that come Friday, December 9th in Tacoma, Washington, at SOS Pro Wrestling. That there's a chance that I could lose this fur right here in the hair versus fur match, as I and tag team partner Sarian Softpaws of CAT Claws Artistry Teamwork take on the Academy of Nicholas Radford and Thomas Ullman in a hair versus fur match. Nicholas Radford's top knot man bun and Tom Ullman's beard versus Sarian Softpaws' top knot / man bun against my beard. But I'm here to tell you that if you show up, if you stand back and stand by at on December 9th, you're gonna like the way I look. I guarantee it. At the end of the night,
Are you the Men's Warehouse guy?
I'm the Men's Warehouse.
I've seen you without a beard. This is career homicide.
Well, yeah. If I lost it, I completely agree. So I'm not gonna lose it.
Because they couldn't do that. You can't sell tickets to that sort of event.
Absolutely not. So I feel good about it. Drew feels good about it. You should both come if you can, and if you can't, I won't be mad at you for that long. It's okay.
I want to go. I'll see if I can make it. Is this Nick Fuentes and Kanye snuggling up
snuggling.
on the couch?
Having a snuggle.
Are they watching us?
Yeah, and actually, Biden saw this and had a comment about it.
The president.
That's a big game, man.
That is a big game, man.
What else could he possibly be saying?
That's a big game, man.
I believe that's a big game, man. But
Is it?
Is it a big game, man?
What's the alternative? Like Joe Biden's actually saying that's a bit gay, man? I don't think he's.
Do you think
saying
he's
that.
never
I
said
would
that
love
before?
For him to say that.
Do you think he's never said that before?
I think he probably
I'd
is.
say he says it daily behind closed doors, but I think he's very professional on mic.
What game is he talking about?
The
Magic the Gathering.
The Scott Tournament of Hearts curling championship.
No, that's a good game. That's a big game, man.
Fun.
One more thing I'm going to play. One really quick short clip that I'm going to play before we get into the Alex Jones.
The business.
Yeah. I saw this earlier, and it was funny to me. It's a squirrel eating fermented fruit, and it gets all drunk for a second. Watch.
Nice.
Watch.
Oh, there we go. That squirrel is shithouse. Oh, little guy.
Oh, dude.
Look at you.
Tilted.
I've been there.
I mean,
Whoa.
props for staying vertical.
That's when the cops pull up behind you. You're like, oh.
Whoa.
Oh, little guy. You got this. I'm on your side, buddy.
Whoa. It's like a little.
Okay.
It's a little squirrel picnic bench that someone built.
This squirrel is too gone for you to take home and get a nut. You got this is a drunk ass squirrel.
All right, here it is from the very beginning. We'll see how far we can get through this. Feel free to comment. You have the pause button too, Billy, if you want to pause it and comment.
I have the pause button.
Ooh.
It's Thursday, December 1st, 2022. I'm your host, Alex Jones, and in studio, Ye is our guest. He's going to be here with us for the next 3 hours or so.
There's Nick Fuentes.
So
Where's the mustache?
Is it a gimp mask? What is this mask? Is this part of his clothing line?
I think this might be the Star Spangled Luchador, judging by the background.
Does Balenciaga make this mask?
Leader.
It's an eyeless, noseless, mouthless balaclava. That's what we're dealing
There's
with here.
zippers for the eye holes on it.
Okay, so it's S&M gear.
Those are classy.
Is Nick Fuentes,
Classy.
Ollie Alexander, Owen Schroyer, and many others.
Okay, so Nick Fuentes used to always wear a three-piece suit all the time.
Pardon me, Ben, whose three-piece suit? His dad's three-piece suit.
Yeah, Kanye saw that shit and was like, nope.
gotta
Take
wear a
this
hoodie.
hoodie. Take this hoodie. It's one of my hoodies. Have this.
Did Kanye make him change his clothes?
Every
imagine
time
so.
I see him with Kanye now, he has this blue hoodie on.
Yeah,
every time.
Every single time he's been with Kanye. There's a photo of them together early on, and they were wearing matching blues. Kanye obviously wasn't wearing this hoodie, but it was a matching blue situation, and Nick hasn't changed since.
And where's the I haven't seen him since he lost. Did he lose a hair versus fur match?
I think he realized the pedo mustache isn't going to hang when he goes on his world tour with Kanye.
Becomes president.
Yeah.
Oh, later on in this interview, Kanye tells Alex Jones that Nick is the next president, or like president someday. And then and Alex Jones is like, "Why don't you make him your vice president?" He's like, "He's not old enough," which is true. Nick can't run for the presidency or vice presidency until he's 35. Which is like, oh.
What is he now, 14?
I think it's 24.
24, yeah.
Milo Yiannopoulos.
I can't believe
is he still with Kanye? Because he was the one that went to check on Kanye, and I don't see him here at the table.
He's not at this one.
He's in the chat, though. I've been
coming
talking
through here today. And Ye has arrived in a new ensemble here with us, but I'll assure you it is Ye. Ye, thank you so much.
It fucking rocks when Alex Jones is by far the most reasonable person.
Right? What?
This is awesome.
And awkwardly, I think he's the best dressed at the table, too.
What?
Legitimately, he
You don't
is.
think Ye is best dressed?
Ye looks cool. Like,
If you notice, he has his hand on the Bible this whole time.
Oh my God, I didn't even notice that. Oh, the hits keep coming.
Oh, that's...
He's fully, like, either this is the best Andy Kaufman level, like, long-term bit, or he's fully mentally
You remember when Joaquin Phoenix did his little run for a documentary?
Yeah.
Could this be a performance piece?
I mean, it could, but it's not. And here's why. Because Joaquin Phoenix is smart, and Kanye West has a very low IQ.
I don't think that's fair to say. Because
Later on, he says that he's the lowest IQ person in the room. Yeah. In this interview, he literally says that, and there's other people in the room too.
There's so many stupid people that are very successful.
Well, they say he's wrong, but I think they're just stroking his ego.
Though.
At least
he's truly stupid.
Thank you for having
Was
me.
it who did Aziz Ansari or someone have I mean, I was gonna say a bit, but like an actual story that happened where Kanye didn't know what a grapefruit was?
Did he think he
thought it was a grapefruit?
Yeah,
but he didn't know like it was a different thing than a grape. I think someone in the chat backed me up, but
if that's
the
true,
thing that always sticks
we
with me.
need to
He's
know.
a very, very, very stupid man.
Can we get
He's
a fact
so
checker?
stupid.
Can we get a fact checker on Kanye being grapefruit levels
can
of
someone
stupid?
fact check my Kanye grapefruit
Ted Robinson
story?
says it was 50 Cent.
50. Oh, sad.
They don't all look alike.
50 Cent.
Is that?
Well, where would you like to start?
They do sell alike, though.
Is just kind of a
They
prelude
do
to
sell
what's
a
coming
lot
up.
of
What do you want to cover here today?
monies.
Just God runs the world, and Jesus is the way and the life.
Has his
And
voice
it's time-
changed? Like
It's the mask.
ever since he went super crazy, he sounds a little different.
He's banged.
Has anyone postulated that the original Kanye died and they replaced him with a new Kanye, Ultimate Warrior or Undertaker style?
This is the renegade version of
Yeah.
Kanye.
I do think that there was a broken Kanye arc that happened after his mom died, and we've just been getting different levels of shatter ever since.
Yeah.
To put
Too bad she
Jesus-
died getting elective surgery on her huge tits.
first.
Well, I thought it was a
and the
facial
way that
surgery. Was
we
it boobs?
I
run
don't know.
our businesses,
In my
the way
head,
we-
it's
the
tits.
way we run our families, our businesses, and the way we run our country.
For radio listeners, we're on over 400 radio stations. They can't see you right now. This is a new look
Get
for
to you
you.
right now, and it's such a shame because you look crazy.
Oh no, I've been wearing a mask for a while.
No, you haven't.
What does that mean?
Like a while, meaning
4
like
years?
that day.
This is the guy that attacked Jussie Smollett outside of that Subway sandwich, right?
Archetypal example that the mask is
It
off.
was.
By putting the mask on.
People can take it how they want to take it. It's just, it's interesting if you look at.
People could take it however they want to take it, but it would be cool if you, who are wearing the mask, told us why you're wearing the
Scott
mask.
Henson is the third peasant. I have spoken.
Then send me $5, motherfucker.
Yeah, throw
Michael
money
Jordan or something
all over the
load up
table.
all these pictures and he's smiling and he's holding a basketball. He's jumping from the free throw line, and then you look at Phil Knight and you barely can see a picture of him, and he's got his face covered. So I don't have to show my face. It's me.
What?
That's my right.
Famous mask wearer Phil Knight.
Yeah, Phil Knight.
Absolutely. Well, that's what Hollywood wants
Knights
to do.
are notorious for their masks.
Images.
Exactly. So I'm in control of my image now. It's no longer the people that froze my account. It's no longer the people that threatened me. We've got past the threats. They tried to throw me in jail for the truth. And,
did they?
You know,
He
people
claimed
believe it.
on Monday's show with Tim Pool that they tried to charge him with a tax evasion or something like that.
They didn't charge him with anything. They said he owed back taxes.
He said something about that happening that morning or something.
I would be shocked if he didn't owe
Well,
back taxes.
but he was twisting it to making it. He's like, they're trying to throw me in jail. It's like, no, they just sent you a letter saying you owe taxes.
Yeah, I think
Like,
anything that Kanye says right now, you have to question. So
you don't say.
They're trying to throw him in jail. That's awesome. Make yourself a political prisoner. Make yourself a hero in the eyes of the Lord. Literally, facts are not at play here. We don't need facts. Facts are old hat. This is new mask.
Facts are gay.
Well, that's a little big game, man.
It's a little gay, man.
And people see that I wasn't crazy on what I was talking about. And they tried to write it off, and they keep trying to write it off. But the truth is, the more and more I'm faithful to Christ.
He has been wearing these masks on and off for over a year when he's in public. Check out Met Gala 2021.
Gala.
The truth is, take any mention of Jewish people out of the equation, okay? The system that we have is set up to reward people who toe the line of the system to the point where the system will make its money off of you before you can ever make any money. And the second that you're self-sufficient, you better go back to that system and keep paying into the system, or the system will break you. You're trying to say that there's a cabal of Jewish people keeping you down. It's the system that we built, and it's got no race, it's got no religion, it's got no creed.
But if it had one,
it's money. It's money.
Keep
it's capitalism.
Unlocking the blessings. You know, he set it on my heart to build communities, to build farms, to build schools, to build the choir. But when you do that, you have to be really obedient. Hey guys, could you not talk in the back? I'm like really hypersensitive to sound. If you guys want to talk, just go in the other room, please. But we have to be.
Yeah, the production people. He's like, go talk to each other in another room.
Really obedient. You know, like one of the big topics right now is all of the pedophilia advertisement. And my take on that is, you know, there's one place in the Bible where it says God sees sin differently. And there's another place where it says, you know, let me get out my phone. I can like really pull up the exact thing it says in the Bible.
Gotta get that cheat sheet. You know, I'm one of the world's foremost thinkers, and I wrote this down somewhere. Let me pull up this phone. This statement better be like teleprompter worthy.
Just, and we'll get back to it after the 5
words.
break. Is that you have to stay strict to everything and remove as much sin as possible in order to serve God. And when people look at pornography, when a grown man is looking at a grown woman have sex on camera, you're still looking at someone's daughter.
What if it's a drawing of a grown woman who's half cat?
Yeah, and what if someone's daughter could get it? That's the question you got to ask yourself.
Both very important questions. Yay, where do you stand?
A lot of times someone that is the product of pedophilia. So people will engage in going to strip clubs or looking at pornography, but then the moral compass is like, oh.
The guys that go to strip clubs are the victims. They're the patsies. They're the ones being fucking rubed. You're the rube.
I honest to God can't tell if he's for or against the child pornography ad.
I'm pretty sure he's against, since they dropped him shortly before it blew up in their face.
Yeah.
and then
that was
Kim-
after they dropped him, right?
It was after they dropped him. Like honestly, like Kanye probably
bold choice.
Kanye probably like put the ad into motion, knowing he was going to go DEFCON 3, had it in motion, and then jumped out so he could point the finger at them and tear them down. This is 4D chess from Kanye West.
We talked about
Yay.
DEFCON 3 last time I was on, right?
Oh yeah.
And how it was unclear if he was doing like a play on words or if he just doesn't know it's DEFCON, and we all decided kind of unanimously he
talks
just
about
doesn't
that
know 'cause
later
he's
on
very
here.
stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just making sure. Just making sure it was on the record. Very
My God,
stupid.
look at the pedophiles. But in a way, anybody who looks at pornography is a form of a pedophile also.
Whoa!
Not the stuff I look at, pal. You ain't got me.
Scott's into the veal of pornography.
It's so much more tender than regular beef.
Think it all in. It's very simple. We're not going to be talking about all this moral code and these standards right here. It's either Christ said so or Christ said no.
Yay, powerful information. I totally agree with you.
Powerful information. I totally agree with you. But I got to tell you right now, we're going to give you some Vitality Super Male pills, right? $19.99 gets you your month.
Back in 60 seconds to join over 400 radio
It
stations.
wasn't ad read. I was
Studio.
right.
Everybody, you know,
Nice.
tune in now, Infowars.com/show. Let's break the internet today. Stay with us. Well, make no
Who the
mistake, this
fuck
Thursday.
Still says break the internet, you fucking loser.
I like how
it
the-
was lame when Ellen did it at the Oscars like 6 years ago.
I like how Break
Fuck
the
you.
Internet was popularized by Kim Kardashian with her like
With her
ass,
insane butt.
her
You know
insane
what
butt
else?
photo.
There's another Kim connection that I don't know if we'll get to everything in this video, so I'm just going to mention
We
this
won't.
because this blew my mind. He said, because he like disavowed almost everyone he met that he's met in the entertainment industry. He's like, the only one I still respect is Ray J, which is the one who made the video. Fucking Kim Kardashian back in the day that made her
I thought he didn't
famous.
like people fucking Kim because he's real
Well,
mad
I
at
mean-
Pete Davidson.
Yeah,
Well,
well,
he
that was
can't-
after.
Yeah, he can't be mad at Ray J. Like, if it wasn't for Ray J, Kanye never would have had
Right.
Kim on his radar, right?
Right.
That video was a. Like if you look back at the First World War, all the events of the First World War that led up to the First World War, that video was like the assassination, right? That was
That was
Archduke
Archduke Ferdinand. That was Franz Ferdinand. Yeah, that was Franz Ferdinand. That was the cum shot heard around the world. But
December 1st.
it really is though. We're spiraling into World War III, and there's this weird circle of the world that existed and has kind of sprouted outward to the point where Kanye West is probably going to be Hitler too.
Probably.
He's gonna have Secretary of State Fuentes.
It's just
like why? I don't know.
Yeah, the what's it? The Axis powers. Is that what it was?
That's World War II.
Yeah, we're with the Axis. It's the Axis is Milo, Nick Fuentes, and Kanye. This is rough.
How do you parse that out? Which one's Hitler? Which one's Mussolini? Which one's Hirohito?
Well, Kanye's obviously Adolf.
Of course.
Fuentes,
Adolf.
Fuentes is probably like Weenie Mussolini.
I think so.
Cat boys in the White House.
2022 broadcast is beyond the Twilight Zone because truth is stranger than fiction. Yay. Maybe more controversial
Underrated
than Alex
Will
Jones or Donald
Ferrell
Trump
and
now.
Emma Thompson movie.
I mean,
Strangers in
we're
Fiction.
about the most controversial people in the world.
Good movie.
And obviously the most attacked and demonized. He's here. Nick Fuentes is here as well. America First. We're going to have Ali Alexander on. Owen Schroyer.
Look at him.
This thing's
Look at
gonna
that
go for the
wiener,
next
man.
3+ hours.
Nick hasn't talked once yet, right?
Yeah, isn't that funny?
He's just happy to be here. He's like, I swear to God, guys, a month ago I had no friends.
You know who's there with him?
It's an honor just to be nominated.
That one follower of his,
Catboy? Me?
I can't remember his Ali
Scott Henson?
Alexander.
That's who they just name dropped. Ali Alexander will be.
He
on
shows
next.
up later. Yeah.
Okay.
As long as Ye wants to go. Some stations don't carry the first 5, but you just dropped some bombs that I totally agree that are huge, Ye. So recap that and continue on, sir.
Okay, so I looked this up. It's about sin. That's what we're going to talk about. Sin. today, and how
I'm
we
not
need
positive
to
Kanye can read.
I mean, he's got a mask on, okay?
Yeah.
It's hard to see through that mask.
do everything that we can. We're imperfect, but to free ourselves of sin and repent for sin throughout the day, at night, and in the morning. So right here, the Bible says right here, I know I'm gonna do a.
This better be like above Sunday school level Bible shit, or is it gonna be like the bare minimum, like you're preaching to little children?
He's just gonna read the commandments.
Corinthians 2, like Trump, new Christian kind of reading of this. So bear with me.
Did he just say Trump for no reason?
Trump new Christian. He's
what does that mean?
He's saying
so
that
people who aren't Christians just tricking dumb Christians.
Yeah, I think he's saying there's a new Christian regime that does not hold the Christian values. They're Christian by name only.
Jesus,
he's still pro-Trump though, isn't he?
I don't know. He had a meeting with Trump, and he says he's pro-Trump, but he says Trump needs to step up and be the conservative for God, because Trump has fallen from that way. Trump needs to go back to his loyalists.
Later on, they describe
loyalists.
Later on, they describe the entire meeting and what happened.
Interesting.
But I'm not the most experienced Christian, and it says the Book of Proverbs. 6:16-19. I'm sure that's the wrong way to read it.
It's okay. You got the floor.
Okay. Identify 7 things that God
Alex
hates.
Jones is so nice.
Although
Alex Jones is excited to have Kanye on or Ye on.
He's accommodating.
Gotta
He's a great
stop
host.
dead naming Ye. I feel really bad when I do that. and Nick Fuentes is just so happy to be hanging out with somebody who's
fucking
cool.
psyched.
Yeah, you've seen the history of Nick Fuentes' friends. Is what Ethan Ralph baked Alaska. This is the coolest friend he's ever had, and and to find out even cooler than Catboy. You remember how happy Nick was when he found out Catboy was based and red-pilled and watched that Hitler documentary? Remember that?
Let's not say cooler than Catboy. He's very cool. Okay, I don't know if he's cooler than Catboy. What has Kanye done on Omegle lately?
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised.
There are not any punishments prescribed for those. Scripture clearly indicates that God does view sin differently, and that he prescribed.
I like how he has a Bible there with him, but he's still looking up the Bible on his phone.
There's no way he'd be able to find the page in time.
Forget about it.
He's probably got
Does he have
somebody
a Bible
texting him.
app on his phone?
Ooh.
He proscribed
Hey,
a
Kanye,
different
you are holding your phone backwards.
punishment for sin depending upon its severity. Now watch this one. It says where the phrase all
Look how they
sins
start putting
are
this other
equal
stuff
in the
in
eyes
this.
of
This is
God comes
hilarious.
from. As far as I can tell, the most common
this
argument
live,
for
like,
the
on the
belief
fly
that all
editing?
sins
Yeah.
Yeah.
it.
And by the way,
Love
I couldn't find a version of this on the Infowars website where it originally streamed that you could rewind back to the beginning. It was playing on a loop, but you couldn't pick where you were watching it. But someone was restreaming it on YouTube, and I took this from their stream. I just went back to the very beginning of it. So you might see like you might see like a subscribe, like a Streamlabs alert come up. So there's
Don't subscribe to them.
comes from
Subscribe to Drunken
the book of
Peasants.
James 2:10. It states, "For whoever keeps the whole law and yet stumbles at just one point is guilty of breaking all of it." Now, I'm a big fan of Steve Jobs.
Great point, Kanye.
Even though he did create Apple, and if you notice, the logo of Apple is actually the fall of man, the
forbidden fruit,
the bitten apple, right? So we can get into what
Forbidden fruit, the
what
bitten apple.
social media has done to families and all that. We got 3 hours, right? But I like the way our incredible American inventors like Disney and Hughes and Steve Jobs, the way they ran their companies.
Our
and
incredible inventors like Walt Disney and Henry Ford, and a third person who shared the views of Walt Disney and Henry Ford.
Who makes the microphone Kanye uses?
Changed the world. And the way Steve ran his company was his version of a sinless office. Everyone had to be so meticulous to be able to take what was 10 things at one time and put it in the palm of our hand. Think about an iPhone. It's your fax. It's your email, it's your phone.
And now it's 1,000 things.
Yeah, it's your camera, it's your flashlight. Yeah, it's like 1,000 things in it. But he had to have his army go in with a sinless approach. And right now, God called Gideon to make an army, the 300, the real 300, not the movie version that were.
I don't know what he's on
Not that
about.
Eric Bana bullshit.
Not the movie version.
Gerard Butler?
Not
Gerard
Zack
Butler,
Snyder. Not Zack Snyder's 300. We're talking the real 300.
Not noted
focused
great director Zack Snyder.
On
Sucker Punch, beautiful
serving
movie.
this mission
Sucker
at the
Punch.
time. So we have a
Great
mission right now to save our families from social media, from Zionist control, and bring Jesus Christ back to the forefront. And
Okay. Hold on. If there was this control, okay? If there was this control that Kanye speaks of, I choose them over Christianity. Is that okay? Is that okay? Can I just say right now, I will take them over Christianity.
Yeah.
If that was true.
And we're protected. I don't have security. My security is the angels. My security is the fact that I didn't load up
Damn, that's some good
pornography
security.
last night. And I said, this addiction is going to have to flee from me. This addiction since I was 5 years old that has destroyed my mom.
Is he saying he had a porn addiction since he was 5 years old?
Probably, yeah.
My
Okay.
dad's
I think so.
family
I
that
think that's
destroyed
where we're
my
at.
family. Like when I take full accountability for the destruction, like of my marriage, I'll point at the liberals and say,
What is
"You took
this? What is this cartoon that they're playing? What does this have to do
I
with
love it.
my wife from me. You know what took my wife from me? The fact that I was married to this beautiful person, but I felt like it wasn't enough. I felt like I still needed to look at pornography.
It's a cute
In
cartoon.
some way, I'd say to her, well, stop making these images. Stop breaking the internet. That original term comes
See,
from
he's calling it
my
up-
ex-wife actually having a nude photo that I...
Oh, yeah. When Alex brought that up, I was like, does Alex know where he's breaking ground when he says this? And then Kanye's bringing it right back up. Proof Kanye's not the idiot we all think he is. He can put 2 and 2 together. 2 and 2 is simple math, though.
Please give the stream a like, by the way, guys. Anyone watching, give the stream a like for us.
Like
Didn't
the
know
stream. And thanks very much, Dan T, who I assume is watching.
Dan T.
About that someone used her and put her on a magazine. But there's somewhere where she's like, well, if my husband is looking at this, I still want to be like the girls that are doing this. And this becomes people reliving the traumas, pushing the addiction. The pornography industry is not even a big industry. It's like...
But trauma is a delicious dish, okay? Like you should open up traumatic wounds all the time. You should drink the blood from the trauma and bond through it. We love trauma. Trauma is a lovely thing.
less than $10 billion, right? So that means that it's not used for prosperity,
Also,
it's
the
used for
pornography
disparity.
industry is pretty big. It's like a pretty big industry. There's Kanye. Turns out there's a lot of money in making people come.
Yeah, and he was married to like the figurehead of it.
Remember how all those people jerked off to your whore wife and she monetized it? It's like that.
Hey, we don't call her a whore. At a certain point, you're so fucking monetized, anything you do makes money. And sex is back of the bus at that point.
True.
By the way, George Orwell.
What the fuck? Oh,
nice.
Is that Lizzo?
Yeah, on the right though.
I don't.
Go on.
There's something I want to say here, but I can't say it.
Okay.
And I've danced
Whisper
around
it to me and I'll say it.
I've danced around so many things tonight that I probably shouldn't have said, and this is where I'm speechless.
Wrote in 1984, and he'd been the number 2 guy in PSYOPs for OSS and ran propaganda for the British government. But he found out that he didn't like Hitler, but he found out that they were actually manipulated and created him. He didn't like the communists. He'd been one of them. He found out the British intelligence had actually created that and done that. And he explained in 1984 that pornography is something to destroy families, destroy our souls, and get us to commit. He wasn't even a big Christian, but get us to debase ourselves so that they can control us.
Absolutely. Alcohol
I think that
and
is
pornography are these
10% true, but like that's for weak people. Like you don't have to get addicted to pornography and have it ruin your life. The same way you don't have to get addicted to opiates and have it ruin your life. You can just have them sometimes, enjoy them, and move on with your life. Just don't be a baby and get addicted, you cowards.
Yeah, pornography is a waste of time, right? But so is a lot of things. Legos.
Sometimes you have to
There's
make it
no way Alex Jones doesn't watch pornography.
Are you kidding me?
Okay, we've seen the T-girl stuff on Nick Fuentes' browser.
Yep.
Alex Jones had a browser mishap of his own, I think T-girl related. Kanye, he probably is the realest person in the room, and he's also terribly, terribly stupid. And that might be why he's the realest person in the room. He might not be good at lying.
It's legal drugs. Alcohol is a spirit. We're gonna go into the spirit of alcohol. Let's just go to the facts today. Let's not just even do a.
Let's go to the facts, okay? There's a reason they call it spirits. It's a spirit. It's alcohol.
Alcohol.
Stupid.
I like this shit though. This is the type of stuff that I get off of. Like him doing this wordplay to make these really like minuscule connections is beautiful. It baffles the idiots out there too. So I'm all for this. I'm gonna steal this exact same thing in about a month from now. I'm gonna say exactly what Kanye's saying on the show. I'm gonna bring up Alcool word for word.
That was episode 1111. We were praying to Alcool that entire episode.
There's alcohol is a spirit, right?
We were possessed by evil spirits that night.
Yeah.
Opinions. And I love how you brought that in, because now you got God's warriors coming together. Right now, okay, Nick Fuentes doesn't have a Twitter account. Alex Jones doesn't have a Twitter account. But hey, guess what, Elon? I got a Twitter. And today I'm going to have Nick and Alex tweet from my account. You like that, Ari Emanuel?
Cool.
They're gonna do like the Ethan Klein thing where they're banned and then they tweet from another account that's not
He
banned.
just brought up Ari Emanuel. On the Tim Pool podcast, he brought up Rahm Emanuel.
Yeah, he has a beef with both of them.
Yeah, they're brothers.
Yep.
Ari Emanuel is the guy that Jeremy Piven's character Ari Gold on Entourage was based off of. Mm-hmm. He runs a lot of the celebrity business in Hollywood.
And is there a connection to softcore porn series Emmanuel?
I don't think so, but Emmanuel
Makes you
Cherokee was an Entourage, wasn't she?
I think so.
I'm all about free speech. And the greatest threat is those that want to silence us. This is why it comes First Amendment. Yeah. Anybody trying to take your speech is the enemy.
Absolutely.
No. Nick would get rid of speech, like blasphemy. Nick Fuentes would make blasphemy illegal. Nick is not pro free speech.
Nick is a fascist. He's not a free speech guy.
Right.
He's a straight up fascist.
He's okay with him having free speech to say what he wants.
The spirit of Dave Coulier.
Oh no.
Well, and it's I do find it a little bit hypocritical that Elon Musk said that he was purchasing Twitter to create a free speech environment. He says that free speech is the thing that's going to save the West and our civilization. But yet he has taken exception to you, Alex, for some seemingly specific reason, maybe personal to him, but definitely not principled. So I think it's time that the people finally demand a real victory here. We've been at war, essentially, since Trump came down the golden escalator 7 years ago to put America first, to put Christ first, to free the internet and do these kinds of things.
Cue up the Elon Musk flamethrower animated picture. Like what?
That was cool. I enjoyed that.
And here we are all this time later, and it seems like we've stagnated or in some ways maybe even taken a step back. So it's time that people demand we want Christ first, we want America first, we want Alex Jones back on Twitter. These are just and reasonable demands.
Well, I see it like this, and I want you to be able to elaborate on this, but I don't want Ye to get his
like
run.
14 retweets. What a giant post.
Saying he always gets cut off, but I'm going to try to shut up as much, but we can go 4 or 5 hours if you want, but the main show's actually 4 hours long. I was just hoping for 3. We'll do 4 hours if you guys are up for it, but here's what I'm saying. I am a classical liberal at heart, so I love everybody, and I judge people by what they do, not what color they are. And then I look at the things you said, and some of them out of context I don't agree with, but compared to a liberal, a modern liberal saying white people are inherently evil and white people are bad because of their skin color, and then that's what the ADL and Southern Poverty Law Center and these leftist groups in Hollywood have pushed. So they're putting out something beyond even what Hitler said, but reversing it onto white people, and we're supposed to...
So this whole show, like, Alex Jones makes a lot of Hitler comparisons with people he doesn't like, but then later on, Kanye's just like, I like Hitler. Like, So, yeah.
Sit there and accept it, and then Ye comes out and says, hey, I see kind of a mafia running things, and then he's the devil. No, that's bullshit. Sorry.
All right, we're going to curse a little bit less on this.
Yes, Reverend.
A dumb
who
wants attention.
The reason I wanted Nick, people have heard from Nick, but people haven't heard from Nick with Ye standing right next to him. It's like that's the thing that the Zionists control, the 300 in control of the media, in control of the governments. They don't want us to connect to each other. Like my dad said, okay, they say you're anti-Semitic, but they say he's a white supremacist. And he's asking me, well, what's the difference? I said, Dad, there is no difference. It's just separation and confusion. They want to separate and confuse the Christians and make us afraid to stand next.
No, anti-Semite, white nationalist, not the same thing. Anti-Semite is someone who specifically dislikes Jewish people. And white nationalist is someone who wants a nation governed and predominantly white.
But Kanye is saying giving these labels to people is just a way to confuse the Christian population and separate them so they don't have all the power that they would need to overthrow a tyrannical government.
Oh.
That's what Kanye is saying.
Each other. A Christian.
I would say all white supremacists are anti-Semitic, but not all anti-Semites are white supremacists. Is that fair?
I'm just glad that we're at a progressive point in life where not all white supremacists are white.
I like that.
Stand next to anyone. We can go visit R. Kelly in prison. We can go talk to Harvey Weinstein.
That's what Jesus did.
Yes.
I would love to visit both
Jesus
of those guys in prison,
can
by the way.
save everyone. But if the Zionists can get us so afraid that they're going to do what they've been doing to me, attempting to put me in jail.
It was interesting to see how much of Hollywood was supporting Harvey Weinstein for the longest time when he was paying out tons of money for all the horrible shit he did to people. That kind of sucks.
Freeze my accounts, smearing me on the media. All of these things, you put on the whole armor of God and they will not be able to break your spirit.
And by the way, we can do 3 hours on this subject. Yeah. And
I like how he keeps dangling that out there. Like, we can go even longer if you want.
Hours on it.
I got nothing going on. If you want to hang out longer, it's fine.
He sees the numbers coming in.
Get it all going now because I want to get into everything about your plans.
Well, he just wants to try and get Kanye to stay longer than 15 minutes like Tim Pool got.
He got like 3 hours out of him.
That's wild.
Trying to bring jobs to America, unifying people, running for president, all those other issues. So I'm not steering us away from that. I'm just saying let's just run with it as far as you guys want to go, and then I want to get into all the other topics that surround things.
Oh, beautiful. So where do you want to start?
Well, I would just start with this. There are good people from every group and every type of culture, and we all know that. But definitely the left, when it was America defeated Hitler, calls their opposition Hitler when both my grandfathers almost died in the Army Air Corps.
Not all white supremacists.
Both of them almost died. One of them crash landed after a mission and got all broke up. The other one got hit in a German air raid in North Africa, and he'd only done like 18 of his missions, and then he had a concussion, and he was the captain, and then his buddies went up the next day and blew up over Italy. He was always freaked out about it. Never really talked about it until he died, but when he died, we read the letters and all the awards he had and stuff, and the things he did after that, and then, re-upping and recommitting to the Army Air Corps. So I take it as an offense to have George Soros and people that actually work for Hitler rounding up people tell me I'm a Nazi when I almost don't exist when my grandfathers went over there. So I got a lot to say about this as well. It's
what a weird way to qualify your opinion.
George,
when my two grandfathers on my mother's side, who were married to each other, yes, my mother had two dads, went over and fought Hitler. How dare you say those things about
Right.
George Soros worked for Hitler? Was he like BMW or Fanta?
Yeah, that's actually news to me.
This is a talking point he uses a lot of times in this.
Just nuanced with the whole thing that's going on. But expanding on that, give us, because I want you to go wherever you want. So let's just have you talk for 10, 15 minutes more before me and cause we got a lot to hear from Fuentes and he needs to be heard, but we want to hear from Ye. Go ahead.
Well, I said with Ali Alexander and Nick Fuentes that we're like the SWAT team of free thought, and I go on with this battle.
We are the SWAT team of free thought.
Did you ever see this? Did you ever see these two teaming up, Fuentes and
no.
Kanye West?
No one could have seen this coming a year ago.
No, it's beautiful. This is Christmas came early this year. This is too good. The mask. Nobody cared about what Kanye had to say until he put on a fucking S&M mask, a BDSM mask.
Auto ram at the door, and then they come in with these laser beams and have that information, and we work together.
See, we're like a SWAT team. I kick open the door, and these guys come in with these laser beams of information because I can't have my phone out all the time to read to you with the talking points.
Like, and that's the thing. He's reading this off a phone, and it's still like the most insane, incoherent thing you've ever heard. Like, if you actually parse each sentence, nothing he's saying means anything.
Yeah.
They're just a string of unrelated words.
And it's perfect because the people who will follow Kanye don't need big words anyways. They don't need coherent sentences. They just need catchwords. Everything Kanye says should have the intellectual equivalency of a groiper emoji. And they will follow him to the depths of hell.
As a team, a lot of times in media, they want to single out one person and burn them to the core. That is a Zionist approach, and they're asking...
Single out one person. Yeah, it's interesting how it was the one person who called for DEFCON 3 before going to sleep one night, before going to bed. Didn't even deliver anything, just said...
It was leave him alone. It was a sleepy tweet.
He said, hey, by the way, when I wake up in the morning, I'm going DEFCON 3, but I'm tired right now, so...
But just before I drift off into slumberland, genocide.
He also calls out Dave Chappelle.
Interesting. Yeah, because I bet you Dave Chappelle has a whole lot to say now.
Yes.
Me to use that same approach. Well, hey, don't say all people.
Imagine Dave Chappelle when he was kind of like co-signing for Kanye, because Kanye has some valid points about certain things within the industry. Like that's a fact.
I would argue that Kanye has nothing but valid points.
Obviously
about Minecraft.
Obviously,
not about Minecraft.
Obviously, Kanye is shitting the bed with any sort of validation he has. He's shitting the bed, but like there were some points about commodity and ownership of properties. In Black America and the history of that. Like, you can talk about that all day long. The problem is Kanye can't talk about that all day long. Kanye has maybe like a blurb, an excerpt of something, and then he goes into trouble zone. Dave Chappelle took that, went on Saturday Night Live, tried to get the best parts of what Kanye was saying.
With knowledge. Kanye, probably.
Kanye, you're not the only one cussed with knowledge. Dave Chappelle took like the best parts of that and tried to elaborate on it in the spirit of what he thought Kanye was saying. And now Kanye's like, no, fuck that. I like the Dave Chappelle show better. Yeah, I like the Dave Chappelle show better in 2003. I'm going to be one of his characters. I'm Tyrone Biggums under this mask.
Yeah, just say specifically the businessman. And then I go on Lex Fridman and I say who it specifically, and that's still not enough. They're still taking it too far. Everyone knows and agrees now that it's like a reverse version of American History X, the scene when they put the guy's head against the curve and kick the back of it.
Yeah, not the
and
curve.
Now people are like, wait a second, the so-called crime doesn't deserve the punishment. What did I thought?
Well, that's right. You're not Hitler. You're not a Nazi. You don't deserve to be called that and demonized.
Well, I see good things about Hitler also.
Okay, he's like, roll back, Alex, roll back, okay? All this anti-Hitler talk is really getting to me. Because, you know, Hitler did a lot of good things. He did Ava Braun. I think
good thing.
He's Eskimo Bros with John F. Kennedy. Like that's
pretty cool.
That's pretty cool to have sex with the same woman John F. Kennedy had sex with. It wasn't Jackie O or Marilyn Monroe, but it's up there.
It's something.
I love everyone, and Jewish people are not going to tell me you can love.
Yeah, Hitler killed Hitler. Everybody wants to talk a big game about killing Hitler.
Say what you will about Hitler, but he killed Hitler.
Hitler was the only man in history to kill Adolf Hitler. That's
true.
That's a big move.
Are they just going to show this
yeah,
scene, PS?
Yeah.
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 you know, us. And you can love what we're doing to you with the contracts.
God.
And you can love what we're, you know, what we're pushing with the pornography. But this guy that invented highways,
pronounces pornography without the R one more time, I'm going to flip out.
Pornography.
Pornography one more time.
Pornography.
Pornography.
Hitler invented highways.
Oh, come on, dude. Come on. You already did the joke.
What joke?
That Hitler did this thing.
I'm reiterating what Kanye just said so we can get back to the conversation.
The very microphone that I use as a musician. You can't say out loud.
Did Hitler invent the microphone that Kanye
I don't believe
uses?
that's true.
Is he talking about a Sennheiser microphone coming from Germany?
There's not a chance on earth that is true.
Like all this stuff might have came out of Germany during the time Hitler was maybe around. But it's.
I don't even know if that's true.
I know. I'm trying to figure out the facts here. Can we get another fact check?
That this person ever did anything.
Nor did he invent highways. This is Hitler invented a shitty educational system. Hitler invented the mumps and the measles.
Did he?
I don't know. I will say that Hitler did invent Fanta because Coca-Cola wouldn't ship to Germany during World War II.
Let's say this. He didn't invent it. Under his regime, certain things were created.
Under his regime,
but he didn't sit there and invent this.
The delicious, fully flavored beverage Fanta. Yeah, the delicious, fully flavored beverage
Hugo
Fanta
Boss and some nifty uniforms and
BMW.
Volkswagen.
Hitler wasn't. He wasn't like. Hitler was like the Elon Musk of this shit.
No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't.
Elon Musk didn't invent anything either.
Everything he did that was unacceptable negates anything good that happened under his watch.
I don't think it negates. I think that it's like
it doesn't what?
It doesn't negate. It's pretty stupid. It's pretty.
You're saying
stupid.
that word kind of weird.
I don't know why you would think that.
Okay.
I think it's pretty stupid that you would bring up any positive shit he did, and especially when it can't even directly be attributed to him. When you know all the other shit he did, like this kind of a stupid conversation to have.
Anything good, and I'm done with that. I'm done with the classifications. Every human being has something of value that they brought to the table, especially Hitler. How about that one? Ari Emanuel, how you like that one? Hey, Ron, you gonna do anything to fix Chicago?
Hey, Rom.
So,
Kanye does not like the Emanuels.
You could have said even Hitler. And had a
course,
but to go especially Hitler. He was one of the best, is what you're saying.
I'm surprised he didn't say especially.
Oh, I love an I love an especially. I love an espresso.
Yeah.
Great bad words.
Especially Hitler, and then all the shit you rallied off isn't even directly attributed to Hitler.
Correct.
It's like
It's almost like he's very dumb.
You could have said something about all the fucking art he stole and hoarded. That's a nice sentiment, right? A lover of art. Like, see, oh yeah, he did do that. He loved art. That kind of humanizes him in a way that we probably don't need to say. But
did Kanye just tweet something funny?
Uh-oh.
We got Drake in the chat saying so. Check what Kanye just tweeted. I'm sadly not following him.
Kanye's probably watching us right now.
Twitter.
Okay, so yeah, Kanye's Twitter says, "Watching Drunken Peasants. These guys is stupid."
He
said the fat one looks a bit gay. Cat one,
the gay man.
Cat one needs a shave.
Oh my God.
No.
Kanye's
not
going
thousands of black folks down in Chicago,
Kanye.
but let me explain this. That's
cool,
a nuanced issue.
Yeah.
You know, my grandfather grew up in Dallas and from a pretty wealthy family.
Also, Hitler was born Christian.
Okay. Well, I've studied some of the history on it, but it's very interesting. My grandfather, grew up and actually some of his family spoke some German. There's a lot of Germans in Texas. But did you know that he grew up next door to the inventor of air conditioning and the inventor of one of the major inventors of refrigeration? And so my issue was, growing up, my grandfather told me the stories about some of the inside baseball and the things that went on. But later, I'm going to get into that. I'm going to tell you some stuff.
Yay. He's tweeting about pornography right now.
Yeah, the use of porn destroyed my family, but Jesus will heal everything. Remove any and all forms of pornography from Twitter and every platform. Pornography is the product of pedophilia. When grown men look at porn, they are watching someone's daughter relive trauma for money. God loves Balenciaga. Love is the answer. Jesus is the answer. Praying for all of the innocent artists and beautiful humans who make clothing that had nothing to do with the ads. People's grandmothers work there, for Christ's sake. People's grandmothers, for Christ's sake.
Wait, check his. He's been on quite a tear. It's about 10 tweets ago, but also was only 40 minutes ago. Check that one with the graphic.
Which graphic?
It was posted exactly 40 minutes ago. It's the one right above Alex
it looks
Jones
like it's
video.
the Star of David with a swastika in the middle.
That's the one, pal.
Wow.
It's
not a screenshot. It's a photo taken of a screen.
Of Photoshop.
That's the Raelian symbol.
The Raelian symbol?
Yeah, that's there's a weird.
Do we like them?
There's a weird cult. Well, I'll explain to you who they are if you want to hear.
Don't take that tone with me.
Oh, I will. If you want to hear, you want to hear.
Benjamin.
Do you want to hear? Do you want to hear?
Nah, I'm over the Raelians.
Oh, yeah, they're like a weird cult that I think they're based out of Canada, actually. And
interesting.
They're like a UFO sex cult that claimed to clone the first human years ago.
All right.
But there was never any proof of it.
Was it Kanye?
No. Here, I'll show you. Oh, did they? Let's see.
And what's the significance of the logo? Because the logo doesn't scream like alien.
See?
Okay, the one that looks like an ice cream swirl in the middle is kind of cute.
I think
The
they
swirly one,
kind
I
of
agree. The swirly one's
changed it.
cute. I want to eat it.
But yeah, this is the Raelian symbol.
The one looks like an ice cream symbol, and the other one looks like a death metal star. Probably for like one of those special.
It's like a Mayhem's alt logo.
Yeah, one of those skinhead bands that would have been really popular in the 90s.
No, directly that happened to my people I knew.
I'd love to hear everything because guess what? We don't get to hear. It's hidden. Even like our truth, the fact that African Americans were in America before the Pilgrims. That truth is hidden.
Not true.
That we are actually
total
the
lie. Next, please.
I mean, that's just what he believes, though, right? He believes that it's the African American or black people were here back with the Mayans and everything, and
They weren't.
But look, there's a lot of people in New Orleans that believe like that the Indian heritage goes back to black people as well. Like when they march in New Orleans, Mardi Gras, and they have the big native suits. They believe there's a tradition there that goes back into black culture. So it's like I said,
in New Orleans, they have like a Haitian like Creole population, and a lot of they have like African ancestry. Like Haitians were brought over to Haiti from France.
Haitians were brought to Haiti. That's true.
Yeah.
Americans, or some of us
Checks
are
out.
native. Or the fact that what Kyrie got in trouble is
Bill Gates just casually reading Mein Kampf.
Yeah. So are they saying that Bill Gates and Kanye West agree?
I guess so.
Yeah.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Billionaire logic.
that were Jewish slave boats. And then
Well, look at Australia.
Yeah.
They've done some of the genetic typing of the Aborigines there, and they're basically Africans.
there you go. So all of these truths, and then the current truths about banking, about the government. My favorite thing that I got to say with Tim Pool was Rahm Emanuel was right there next to Obama. Jared Kushner was right there next to Trump. What are those two people, those two Zionists, I gave it away, have in common? Nick, can you pick that up and expound on that?
Absolutely, yeah.
Oh, great. Tag.
He's like in a wrestling promo when Hawk and Animal are there.
Tell him about it, Nick.
Tell him something, brother. then, oh yeah, Hawk.
Yep.
Oh yeah,
And it's
yay.
interesting because you've been going on these interviews with Lex Friedman and with Tim Pool and Piers Morgan, and they always say, well, Don't talk about a group, talk about the individuals. And I would point out, one, it's hypocritical because in the same interview, Tim Pool said, well, wouldn't Ye be so great for the black vote? You can say the black vote, but you talk about Jewish businessmen, and somehow that's a problem. You can't talk about groups when it's one but not the other. The other thing is
because the black vote actually represents a big population of black America, whereas Jewish businessmen aren't as big of a population as
There's
Jewish
only
people.
300 of them.
there's just a very small amount of people that are at the top of businesses. Okay, and to clump all Jewish people into that is the opposite of what the black vote is. The black vote says, this is the black voter base. That's what they're referring to. But you can't say that every Jewish person controls the bank because that's fucking stupid.
Because only 300 of them do.
Look, if I was going to start my own bank like Kanye, I would probably not go to war with the bankers. But it's Kanye. He's a genius. What are you going to do?
He is a genius.
There is something baked into the cake in Judaism which affects how they're brokering these kinds of contracts with entertainers like Ye. If you look at the Talmud, which is a real Jewish holy book or part of the holy book, there's the written Torah, which is the Hebrew Bible. There's the oral Torah, which was written down as the Mishnah and then interpreted in the Talmud. In the Talmud, it says that Jews have to treat Gentiles differently than they treat other Jews. There's all kinds of examples of this.
Okay, yeah. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff in all kinds of religious texts telling you to treat.
I'm sure it does, and there's definitely no nonsense in the Bible,
or yeah, or the Quran.
Half of which is the same as the Talmud.
Say that if a Jew indirectly kills a Gentile, there's nothing even wrong with that. There's nothing morally wrong with that. They say that for a
accident. And if they caught them, working on the Sabbath, they were allowed to stone each other to death. If it's so. Yeah. These thousands of years old books say crazy shit.
Hey, I got to point something out. If we go back about 3 generations, I doubt many of your grandfathers got what we would call consent today from your grandmothers to have your parents. We were a much more brutal fucking world 2 generations ago, let alone 2,000 years ago.
Now, given how fast that has progressed, what incredible pussies are we going to be in 2 more generations?
Well, we're going to be the worst, and nobody's going to want to fuck any of us.
Jew to have sex
with Gentiles
is comparable to bestiality.
The only people having sex will be the people that never would have had sex before. Big old me-looking bitches with purple hair.
Let's skip Nick a little bit. All right.
And I'm like, what are you doing calling me anti-Semitic? I'm not against groups. I don't get into group politics.
Adam, sorry.
He calls him Adam.
Sorry, I didn't mean to say that.
Adam.
Alex.
Yes, sir.
I've got
yes, sir.
The perfect answer for the ADL.
Alex is the best host. He's so accommodating. He's like, yeah, he called me the wrong name and then took a really long time to remember my actual name. But hey, I'm here for it. I'm the host. I'm keeping this all together. I'm a professional. I'm Adam Jones.
I'm going to have to listen up. What we did is we brought Netanyahu with us.
What? Tell me, Benjamin.
Oh. Look at this. He's got one of those nets you use to clean a fish tank, I think.
Is he doing
I am so proud of the Carrot Top arc.
Netanyahu.
Holy shit.
What do you have to say? What do you have to say to Alex Jones right now, Nick Fuentes and Ye?
Is that what that is?
It's a net, a fishing
net,
net,
and Yoo-hoo.
and a Yoo-hoo chocolate water drink.
It's Benjamin, net, and Yoo-hoo.
This is the most brilliant thing I've seen in my entire life.
We can't really top this.
Ye is trying to get a Las Vegas show. He wants to get a residency at the Caesar's Palace or something. This is what he's going to do. He's going to take over Carrot Top's job.
He strikes me as more of a Venetian man. He's doing voices. Okay. Guys,
look at Alex.
Doing voices.
Look at Alex.
This is fucking
working on
beautiful.
Sabbath gets you stoned. Is that why you have drunken peasants on Saturdays?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. This is absolutely brilliant right here. I don't know if you guys are loving this as much as I am. This is probably the greatest day of my life.
He's so happy because this is like it's happening on his show. I bet he's like, oh, Tim Pool must be kicking himself right now.
Pool, fuck this.
Watch his reaction.
I had no idea your voice is gonna sound like that, Netanyahu.
So you don't like Benjamin Netanyahu?
Kanye went to the fucking store, bought a net and a yoo-hoo for that joke. Can we the brilliance of Kanye West.
A lot to make Alex Jones of all people look sane.
Look, he's the meat in the sandwich here, in the crazy sandwich.
Alex Jones has done some real goofy shit too, but this is just special. He's
the
special.
absolute voice of reason here.
This is so special. This is a South Park episode. If South Park wrote this, we'd be like, "Oh, you're fucking stupid. You're dumb. This would never happen. You're stupid." South Park's fall the fuck off. But no, Kanye has got a net and a yoo-hoo and is making this prop comic fucking joke, the shit joke.
Fact check. Depending on how you define microphones and highways, you could trace them back to the Adolf Greeks and the Hitler Mesopotamians, respectively. As for the first carbon mic, most credit David Edward Adolf Hitler Hughes in the 1870s.
Oh, thank you.
Okay.
I just heard about this guy 2 weeks ago since like the tweet, and I thought he had a funny name.
I didn't think the joke could get any better. I didn't think it was possible. He literally just said, I just heard about this guy 2 weeks ago since the tweet and thought he had a funny name. I want to believe Kanye had the fucking net and the yoo-hoo on him at Tim Pool's show, but walked out because he was like, I'm not wasting this fucking joke.
I'm not doing this bit for you.
You're not worth it. Have a field day with this.
I hope so. I hope that this SNL will go back to this one. I don't know. SNL seems to be a weird entity lately. This is just fucking amazing. Do you think he had the net and the yoo-hoo for Tim Pool's show and walked off before he could pull it out?
Yeah, do you think he went and got those himself, or he sent someone to go get that?
I don't know if anyone works for him anymore.
I don't. We saw Reactor.
Nick and Milo went and picked it up.
We saw Reactor on the private jet with Nick, Milo, and Kanye. There wasn't like any real other people on that jet. If you know, if a Reactor is one of the only other people on the jet with those three, they're not rolling deep.
Slim pickings.
Oh my goodness, this is He probably did send Milo in to get them.
Really into like. He's like a super killer. I could die for saying this. So, in case this the last time you ever hear from me.
Well, look.
Oh God, I don't want any harm to come on Kanye, but this joke only gets better if this is the last time we ever hear from Kanye.
Oh, it really it's kind of the perfect joke.
The punchline. Oh my. Okay, I don't want anything bad to happen to Kanye. I don't. But holy fuck, how funny is this?
I don't. But if it did,
I'm glad you guys are here, and we can sit here and upset. All I'm telling you is, do you guys realize that the British?
Can you hear Kanye in the background laughing so hard at his fucking own joke? He is so fucking happy after that joke. He's so fucking happy.
He's like, I crushed this.
He explained the joke, which, you know, a good comedian always explains the joke.
Always.
And then he laughs at it in the background.
For a long time.
Nick and Milo are going to hook up.
I bet that would be cute, actually.
If Milo puts on some cat ears. Although, I'm sure we posted before, Milo's persona picture, he's quite a fetching snow leopard. I'll find it for you. Don't worry.
The government created Hitler.
I was so worried.
And the Milner Group put him in power, and there's something much more sophisticated. And I personally think that most Jews are great people, and I understand there's a Jewish mafia, and they're used to demonize anybody that promotes freedom, but I don't blame Jews in general for that. And there is a much larger eugenics, transhumanist, scientific elite agenda that's playing off.
What about abortion? It's 50% of black deaths. There's over 50.
Hey, one of the papers I had, you're like, why is all? You're the director today. It's fine. The Margaret Sanger, Rockefeller-founded Planned Parenthood, came out today and said because of your white guilt, white people need to give money so we can kill black babies. I swear to God, it's in my stack. If I hadn't moved it off the desk, I could pull it right up for you.
Why did I have you move it off the desk, Alex?
Because it's cluttered. I'm not bitching. I'm just saying, everybody asks, where's my papers? I don't have them there as a prop. I can literally go, look, I agree with you. Look at this. They say white people help us kill black people for your white guilt. It actually says that. Now,
more black babies aborted than born in New York City. This is from 2014.
I hope that's true of every race.
I mean, I do think that we could probably use some more abortions across the board.
I think 1 in 2 pregnancies should be a forced abortion.
I'm pro
across the board.
I'm pro death.
Yeah.
Gosh.
None of this pro-life, pro-choice shit. Pro-death.
Yeah, there's a third option, guys.
Yeah,
I'm agreeing.
Kill
with you.
your baby.
Is it a problem with props? We can't. This is the voice of Netanyahu.
Well, see, you get your mop. You get your mop. I'm going to find the tweet here. I want to.
Oh yeah, this guy gets like a.
Guys, I sent it to you.
And the guy's like, "Thanks for the subscription."
Pull it up. It's official Twitter of the.
Thank you, Freddie, for the subscription. Thank you.
We're going to have Netanyahu step out for a second, okay, Alex?
Thank you, Freddie.
Oh, he's going to go?
I'm leaving for now. It's another meeting, and then I'm going to say something. All right.
He can't
You're not
stop.
only an artist, you're a comedian. But Nick, that's what I'm getting at here is that
he's so happy. You can see him smiling through the mask. That's how happy he is.
Is that it was a it doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter. There's fluoride in the water killing us all. They're injecting us with GMO. Here's the question, and I'm not an apologist for Israel. I'm trying to be balanced here, and I believe in the First Amendment. I believe in free speech. I endorse you, say whatever you want. Israel has, other than like Singapore and a few places, the most draconian mRNA injections in the world. They have the highest death rate from the shots. They are literally forcibly injecting them like Joseph Mengele, and Jews are dying in mass in Israel. So if the Jews are the secret group that runs it all,
why are you mad?
And I'm not denying that Jews run Hollywood. What I'm saying is
it's the Zionist.
Yeah, but okay, well, why would the Zionists be killing Jews in mass in Israel with the poison shot?
Because they work for Satan. They don't work for God.
Exactly.
fuck.
So they
And look at Nick's nodding his head.
Yep, checks out. You can say that for anything that's contradictory, and somehow it makes sense.
create atmospheres that get Jews persecuted so they can control the Jews so they can kill them. And you just did it. Just like George Soros helped round up Jews.
Oh, yeah. He's going to keep making the claim that Soros rounded up Jews for Hitler during the Holocaust.
How old is George Soros?
He's pretty old, but I don't know if he's that old. Either way, he is Jewish,
He
right?
took the first drive down the first highway after Hitler invented them.
Oh, I see.
He's born in 1930, so he's 15 at the end of the war.
George Soros wrote the song "Life is a Highway," and I'm gonna ride it all night long.
For Hitler, that's the next level. Boom, we just got there.
And they control the left and the right. They make politics super messy. Like I went in to meet with my boy Trump, and the next thing you know, like he typed, he said, fake news went crazy. And
when they talk about the whole Trump thing, like the dinner, it's craziness.
I love Trump like every other
see?
Christian American. We just want to hold Trump to Christian values and say that's the only way to the White House. And if he doesn't do it, then I'm going to have to do it. I think that Trump is a more senior president. I think I've got some growing to do, but I love Jesus. It's kind of like David. All of his brothers had all this battle experience, and he was tended to the sheep. But while he was out there, he had to fight bears and tigers. This is the little I know as a baby Christian.
Oh, it's true.
Yeah, but he was able to beat that giant. And right now, this giant, there's some cleaning, there's some plumbing that we have to do, and that's what I'm doing with my style of art, my style of humor, and who I am as a celebrity to say, okay,
look how he's holding. That is the weirdest way to hold a book.
That's Trump's move. He every common thing, he finds a way to do it weird and wrong.
Drinking the water where he was.
Yeah, it's like he's never done things before.
100%.
And he's just guessing his way through it.
This is exactly how I'm walking into the sleepover when I found the porno tape of the kid's mom I'm sleeping over at his house at. I'm holding it just like that, spine out. I'm like, Trevor, guess what I have?
Messed over enough by Jewish businessmen to get to the point to say, I'm not going to take it anymore. I'm not the first person that got debanked because of their political opinion. And I represent now the common man. If we go, when we go, I don't like the word if, when we go into the White House, it's a us now. It's not about specifically an icon or DeSantis.
But it's issues.
Yeah, it's about the issues in America.
Yeah, stay there. Nick Fuentes' studio. This is uncensored, folks. We're going to come back after this break, and we're going to come back after the break and play a George Soros compilation of him on NPR. It's only a few minutes.
Don't forget about me.
Him on NPR and him on 60 Minutes saying the best time of his life was rounding up and killing Jews. Ye never killed any Jews. So I want to know, how do I get the ADL to love me? Do I round up Jews in Nazi Germany? Do I get love then?
Confirmed.
Schwarzenegger said he loved Hitler. They gave him an award. I'm just saying, I don't like Nazis, and I don't like what the mafias are doing either.
I like Hitler.
God damn it!
You can't go to commercial on that.
My mission here today is to offer the First Amendment, because as long as you're not carrying out violence against someone,
this is absurd.
Be violent, like the left's asked people to burn down cities and attack Republicans and celebrate Rand Paul and.
Kanye, like the little fucking meme kid that was like, I like turtles. Kanye's like, I like Hitler. Oh my God.
He does like
Trump's
turtles.
skin is still learning how to human.
It's still, yeah, Trump obviously has never had to do simple things like hold a book in his entire life.
I just want
Literally, the first time he held a book was at age 76.
Another thing that happens later is they come back from a break and they're all wearing masks.
Oh my God. So, like, they have planned bits?
I don't know if they planned it or if it just happened. They're probably on break like, so Kanye, tell me more about this mask. He's like, I got masks for everybody if you like. Oh, hell yeah, let's put them all on. Let's all wear masks. And he's like, yeah, I love masks. Let me throw it on. Got any cat ears in there, Kanye?
Scalise being shot and attacked.
Speaking of cat ears, link in the chat to Cat Milo if anyone's interested.
Oh yeah, this is Cat Milo.
Yeah,
I'm like,
my boy.
Is that a leopard there? Or
yeah, snow leopard.
Same as Drew, actually. I might be tagging with Milo Yiannopoulos next week in Tacoma.
Been there.
You have your free speech. And when the left came out in the last 10 years and really accelerated the last 5, 6, it said white people are inherently evil because of the color of their skin, and that somebody who moved here as a kid from Poland.
I'm a white person who is inherently evil, but I don't think it's because of the color of my skin.
Yeah,
So
there's a balance.
I'm like a man without a country here.
There's a balance between white people being inherently evil and white people being inherently better. Like we got to find the balance in the middle, because I neither side's got it right.
And I'm not saying that to be disrespectful. I'm saying, like, it literally doesn't totally make sense to me. I'm following it, but I was just thinking about Satan, that whether it's the Zionists or Hitler, it's not the person, it's Satan using the people that
I agree with that.
Are controlled by demonic forces. But what I'm going to say is the Jewish media has made us feel like the Nazis and Hitler have never offered anything of value to the world. Meanwhile,
he's back on this again.
Oh, I'm going full Asian princess.
Somebody should tell Kanye about Project Paperclip so that he can have the little fucking paperclip guy from the Windows be his next character in his cartoon.
Bill, his name is Clippy.
Clippy, yeah, Clippy.
That was like the Windows assistant, right?
Yeah, Kanye's
It's like you're writing a suicide note. Maybe I can help.
Kanye's gonna have the net and Yoo-Hoo on his children's show with Clippy in the bottom talking about Project Paperclip.
There's all of these things that are happening. Planned Parenthood is New World Order population eugenics that is happening to this date. I got some.
You know what else it is? You know what else it is?
Owen Benjamin,
access to free condoms.
Yeah, that too.
Like, say what you want about the abortions, but if you go into Planned Parenthood, you usually get a handful of rubbers. Walk out.
How many abortions do they prevent by utilizing their other services?
Yeah, all the other shit they do is, look, if we gotta make a few child sacrifices along the way for all the other shit they have, I think that's a pretty good deal.
Yeah.
Hey, Candace
Sign
Owens,
up every time.
unplug this robot before he runs his mouth. Ben Shapiro's cardio is picking up shackles. Shapiro can tell how much.
He did not mean shackles, right?
What did he say?
Oh, did he mean shekels?
I think he might have.
Gotcha. Well, keep in mind, Kanye is stupid and bad at reading.
Oh, keep in mind, Kanye is a genius and a genius wordsmith, so he might have done this on purpose.
Listen to what he says.
Plug this robot before he runs his mouth. Ben Shapiro's cardio is picking up shackles. Shapiro can tell how much change is in your.
Yeah, he definitely did not mean to say shackles.
Your pocket.
He meant shackles.
Just from hearing a jingle.
Shackles.
Shapiro is just mad that Kyrie won't sign his basketball. Back to you, Alex.
Kanye's comedy.
Okay.
Kanye's
now
comedy.
I'm starting to think that Kanye might know exactly what he's doing and is just a very funny person.
It's impossible for him to be this funny on accident. Like,
That's what I'm thinking now. Honestly.
Even
That's very funny.
Kalo's comedy wasn't this hysterical.
No.
Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck.
Give me 1 sec. I'm going to be posting a picture of Ben Shapiro's sister's tits in the chat because they're insane.
She's a gorgeous woman. I gotta ask, like, is this the case of Kanye doing an undercover documentary or something?
No.
I'm thinking he's doing a Joaquin.
We saw Joaquin Phoenix do this about 10 years ago.
I think he's just mentally ill.
I mean,
that's also on the table.
It's definitely probable. We know he's got the damn the trainer guy that's been feeding him whatever Zombieland drugs he needs to chill the fuck out for the longest time.
We've known all about Ben Shapiro's sister for years. Like we've watched like the videos.
Abby Shapiro has an awkward doppelganger cam girl out there.
Yeah, she
that looks
does.
just like her with the same exact assets that we would see.
Put the picture up.
Put the picture.
Put it up.
Put the picture on the
picture
glass.
Put the picture on the glass.
And Abigail Shapiro is a classically trained singer.
Yeah, well, I agree with Ye. I think that when you look at what's going on today, so much of the political landscape happens in the shadow of World War II and the Nazis and Hitler. And I think it requires a little.
I'm gonna move past Nick. Oh shit.
Because who cares?
Stone, you're
but
just
also put up the picture
Instagram
of
is a
Abby.
prostitution.
Shut up. Put in the
Like,
chat.
I
Look at
30
it. It's
days off
insane.
of
I don't blame
So does this
Ben
mean
Shapiro
Kanye is just
for a
the
single
Christian
thing
version of
he's
the
ever
band
done.
Ghost?
Because if your sister's tits look like that, you would lose your fucking mind too.
All right, yeah, I'll show it to you.
I definitely think.
I think everyone. I could have sworn we've shown this on the show before.
Is it Ben Shapiro's
Sister, while she's pregnant, so her boobs are like huge.
Oh yeah, she had the massive.
Look,
they were big pre-pregnancy
nuts.
too.
Yeah, but these are like. I mean,
Look how beautiful my sister looks,
they're
simply glowing. I've literally been staring at these massive milkshakes for hours.
That's a real tweet. That's a real tweet he made. It's true.
She's a beautiful woman, very talented. I gotta
Absolutely.
say, Privilege did her and her brother well.
Instagram, and it was the best part of the fast. Me getting kicked off of Instagram was the best thing that ever happened to me. Because when I go to it, it's like watching it with the They Live goggles, which is something that Owen Benjamin.
Every now and then he has a reference that I wouldn't have guessed he knows.
I like him. The Owen.
You asked.
I asked how long till Owen Benjamin was going to be in the mix. Last episode, and he got the name drop this episode. And he's
been watching us.
Shout out to Owen Benjamin. Kanye should watch us. I feel like he would be very hurt by a lot of the jokes we make. But Kanye, we will bring you back to a sensible realm where you can be this psycho guy and get away with it like I do.
Gotta pull this up.
True.
Dave Chappelle is a hack, and he gets a lot of his jokes from Owen Benjamin. Dave Chappelle went on a Jewish platform and said, "They dropped that nigga." Dave Chappelle said, "They dropped that nigga," talking about Ye, and he called me Kanye, and I'm supposed to be his friend. Dave Chappelle does not believe in God and does not believe in Jesus. These are the kind
Just
of
like
black.
Prince and MJ, there's no one in Kanye's life to tell him no. Everyone indulges his crazy. He will die young.
Well,
I hope his death is funny. It'll be a tremendous shame if Kanye's death isn't funny.
leaders that the Zionists put in
Billy's
front of
currently
us.
thinking of funny deaths.
And meanwhile, we want to knock Herschel Walker, but
turning.
Herschel Walker changed his life for Christ.
This is the Herschel Walker stuff that he says.
And
Herschel Walker can't pronounce his own last name, and it's just Walker. It's not even complicated.
His political signs in Georgia, the campaign signs, they read "Run Herschel Run," and I don't know if that's a reference to his Forrest Gump like level of intellect.
I think it's probably more like the football connection.
Yeah, but that's definitely a Forrest Gump reference.
Yeah, it is.
And then on top of it, I'm wondering how much better those signs would be if they read out "Run Walker Run."
Oh, I like that. That's better.
I think that's clever. I like that.
It is.
Vampires are cool people.
But did you hear he changed his stance? He wants to be a werewolf, not a vampire now. That's a real thing he said in a real speech. Yeah.
Went on a
not even
Jewish
joking.
platform and said, they dropped that
Because he found
nigga.
out that werewolves can kill
Dave Chappelle
vampires.
said
That's
they
literally his
dropped
reason.
that nigga talking about Ye, and he called me Kanye, and I'm supposed to be his friend. Dave Chappelle does not believe in God and does not believe in Jesus. These are the kind of black leaders that the Zionists put in front of us. And meanwhile, we want to knock Herschel Walker, but Herschel Walker changed his life for Christ. And he might have had abortions, but he doesn't believe in abortion.
He might have had some abortions.
Look, he might have paid for 8 or 9 baby killings and then lied about it, but he didn't like it.
We all know the rules of Christianity. You can be the worst person in the world, and as long as you're team Jesus, you're redeemed. That's the easiest redemption arc ever. You're like, oh, by the way, yeah, I killed all these babies. I will take away your right to choose your own options for your womb. But Jesus, so I'm clean.
Jesus,
I'm clean.
He has severe CTE. Like his brain is mush.
Vampires are
like
cool.
I'm voting for him.
Is this Owen Benjamin joke thief video? Is this on Owen Benjamin's channel?
I don't think it's on Dave Chappelle's channel.
I'm wondering who put this together. I honestly want to watch this. I'm gonna do some research tonight. Seth looks to say that Dave Chappelle has to steal jokes from anyone, let alone Owen Benjamin, is the most mental thing he said yet. I mean, I'm a firm believer that jokes are not the funny part of comedy. I feel like if you steal somebody's jokes, like it really doesn't matter. Or someone really funny wouldn't care anyways, because they know that their funny part of their bit isn't the hackiness of the joke itself. It's the story that's told to build up and everything.
Yeah, like people don't care for my jokes, but they say I have really good delivery. And I tell them it's not delivery, it's DiGiorno.
Boom!
I have too.
It's
What matters
DiGiorno.
Boom!
Is the heart.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I agree with Ye. I think that it's time that America has
second layer to that, I stole that joke from Andy Kindler.
Boom!
A fearless, visionary leader who serves Christ, who wants to bring the future forth in engineering and theology. I think that when you look at the options that were offered, and I said this on my show the other week, and the news said,
I heard you
he
talking
supports
about Christianity when I was walking out of the room. In
Yeah,
Catholicism, in Catholicism, there are certain sins called cardinal sins, which even like reconciliation is impossible.
What's a good cardinal sin?
Being gay.
Denying the existence of God. That's like the major cardinal
What
sin.
else you got?
But what if you accept it? Is the cardinal sin washed away if you accept it?
I think having done it once is.
Oh, really?
Yes, that's why.
Trouble.
I'm motherfucked then. I could never get past the cardinal sin if I wanted to become a Catholic.
DeSantis. I said the moderate Trump.
DeSantis, nobody even knows. It's just somebody that all the left are all of a sudden.
Who is DeSantis? Who's DeSantis character? This name's so funny to me. He pulls out a Santa hat.
Oh my God.
DeSantis. Ho, 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 ho.
raise that. Let me raise that since you guys got into this, and we'll do hours on this.
Wait, did I cut you off, Nick? I want you to let him complete his thought. Okay.
So the moderate Trump versus
Let him
DeSantis
complete his thoughts.
will not produce any outcome where America or Jesus is put first. Israel is, or rather, DeSantis is mobbed up with Israel and Mossad. Donald Trump, his speech, his announcement.
All of these politicians not putting America first, and also, what are they putting first?
I mean, America First would suggest that the one world order that's feeding into wars across the world is not putting America first. Feeding into great nations out like that. They'll say that Ukraine and Israel getting funds from America is not putting America first. Things
I agree
like
with
that.
half of that.
and I think that it's just interesting that we should be putting God first in any Christian's mind when it comes to government. Like, of course. I thought we were supposed to separate that shit. That's why you guys got your little tax incentives, not having to tax your fucking church businesses. The separation of church and state was kind of like a little tithing, a little like we're gonna let you do
Wasn't
your mob
that like
shit.
a big thing in like the founding of the country, and also like don't all these guys love all the stuff about the founding of the country besides that, and they just try to like overlook that one?
I'm a constitutionalist, but
except this one, I don't like it. Also, maybe slavery again.
or maybe slavery still. Slavery has just changed the label, right? It's the 13th Amendment now.
Yeah.
It was written by Jason Miller, who's controlled by foreign interests. If there's a Republican primary between them two and they go up against Biden or they go up against Newsom, there is exactly zero chance that we get any kind of regime that's going to deliver the real change.
Nick, I got a question. If I say something that's provocative towards the Mossad, is that misogynistic? Hold on.
Oh my God. Are you kidding me, Ye? I'm not even going to dead name him anymore because that's so good. I'm calling him Ye now. He wants to be called Ye. His name's Ye. That's a good piece of business.
Ye is on fire.
Oh my God.
With the anti-Semitic dad jokes. These are anti-Semitic dad jokes. Like, what is he thinking? Like, he's like, we're not going to cuss. We're not going to cuss. But we're going to make anti-Semitism look as uncool as we possibly fucking can. I've got Nicholas J. Fuentes, the human fucking ventriloquism dummy, and myself, who at one point was... Kanye West was cool, but he was cool in a way in the hip-hop industry that was the uncool version of cool. College dropout. He allowed you to be cool while being something other than what the idea of cool was.
He used to possess vulnerability.
Yeah, and now he's just over here like, by the way, we're anti-Semites, and also we're going to make the worst fucking jokes all day long about it. We're going to make every perceived Nazi embarrassed to call themselves a Nazi.
So you're saying that Ye is an agent of the left, in fact, make anti-Semitism look lame.
I mean, how else would you explain this? These are...
I mean, he really is crushing it at that job right now, so I can't disagree.
I'm the head of the Mossad. I'm going to kill you and take your children away from you. Thanks a lot, Netton. Back to you, Alex.
Please turn your phone.
Well, you who wasn't there, so it was just Netton.
Man, I'm definitely overwhelmed here right now.
I'm overwhelmed here right now.
Infowars.com, tomorrow's news today. Listen, all I'm trying to get through here is I believe every group should be able to be
switched his name to Netton. I dropped the Yahoo so we didn't have to.
He said the thing I said.
Picking up the Yahoo and the Netton. So for now, he's just Netton. I know some people call him BB. No, some of you call him Yahoo, but we're gonna call him Netton. What you want, Netton? Hey, Ye, right after this, I'm gonna say you're crazy. I'm gonna take your family away from you. We're not done with you yet. You cannot cause free thought.
You cannot cause
free thought.
You know what the best part about Kanye West free thought is?
How can you narrow it down to one thing?
Kanye West free thought is priced perfectly. Because I wouldn't pay a fucking penny for this shit. Holy fuck.
We have to control the history books, we have to control the banks, and we have to go and kill people. Also,
Look at Nick Fuentes. Look at him smiling right there.
Nick is like, Nick is seriously, he's like, a month ago, I had no friends. I was living the loser life. I was sitting around on Cozy TV explaining myself to Dalton Piss Whistle. And now
he's at the grown-ups table.
Now I'm eating at the grown-ups table with a fucking cartoon character.
So, and in a little while, hopefully you're going to take the mask off, because is this actually Ye here? Folks, is this the mask is coming off?
We're just an escaped mental patient. Or is there a difference?
Have a discussion
No,
about
there's
this.
not.
But I mean, seriously, you have the globalists pushing a poison shot.
I think he was institutionalized, maybe self-admitted at one point, right?
I don't know if it was self-admitted.
Okay.
I know that his trainer was talking about institutionalizing him or putting him on the zombie land drug, where he wouldn't be able to enjoy his family if he didn't fall into line after his 2016 concert.
It's already killed 20 million people.
Kerfuffle.
That they admit doesn't work. And then you're the bad guy for criticizing a group. What I'm saying is, when the left said white people are inherently bad because they're white the last 6-7 years, they opened the gates up. So what do they expect? It's wrong, in my view, to say any group is inherently bad or has these traits or whatever. We should judge the individual. But it's wrong for the ADL to have what are very racial policies.
The ADL is played out. Nobody knows who the ADL are. Stop giving them attention. Nobody cares about the ADL. ADL, shut up.
They run all the censorship and everything.
They don't run anything. They're played
Now he's
out.
blowing holes in Alex's conspiracy theories.
You run the streets.
Well, I'm singling out the ADL. So
That's we don't know who they are. No one in high school knew what the word anti-Semitic was until Ye made it popular.
No, yeah, I never heard that word before.
No, I hear you. It's definitely a tiger by the tail. Nick, you want to comment here?
Yeah, I just want to jump in and say that
they're both laughing because they're both in on the grift, and they brought an actual crazy person on.
Exactly.
And they're just having a good time.
I don't think Ye or I are saying that any group is particularly bad or the Jews as a group are bad, but there are Jewish practices that are based on Jewish law. And
I'm not saying they're bad. Just everything they do is bad, and I don't like them. I guess I'm saying they're bad.
Yeah, exactly.
Kind of a Jewish mafia.
All right, let's see. There's
Alex Jones is staring Nazism in the face and has absolutely no idea what to do.
Laura Luma
it's too much for Alex Jones.
That's kind of amazing.
It's very impressive.
Also, it's like there's Jewish people that are basically hiding me under their floorboards right now, under their wooden floors. It's like a reverse version of the Holocaust.
Say more things. Never stop talking.
That's why, because Billy sent me this update on Mercedes Carrera, but I'm like, are we even going to have time to watch that? Because
I actually drive a Mercedes Carrera.
This is so much, the Mercedes Carrera stuff can almost wait until next time.
This is pressing. This is all we're doing tonight, by the way.
That's what I thought. That's what I originally
because
thought.
There's Jewish people that saw how I was treated, and they're like, this is wrong. This guy just gave an opinion. I didn't cause any harm. I didn't harm anyone. All I said is, and I spelled it wrong because I was drinking alcohol, and we see the Bible says you can drink, but the king should not drink, right? And I shouldn't have been drinking. I shouldn't have said DEFCON. That was a $2 billion tweet, basically.
Yeah, it was the stupidest thing. The stupidest thing to post before going to sleep. It makes no sense at all.
I can't. It is kind of the ultimate cliffhanger. Like, what's he gonna do in the morning? But I can't believe that he knows he spelled it wrong. That's actually shocking to me. That's the most shocking thing he said today, is acknowledging that DEFCON 3 was wrong
and blaming it on the alcohol.
I hear you. So let's expand. Yeah, that's also drinking. So let's expand on this. What you say is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
You didn't kill anybody. You're simply here saying this, and you're being demonized and attacked, and you're saying that is hypocritical. But that's what I'm trying to tell you. George Soros admits he went around rounding up Jews who thought they were being protected, stole their money.
See, Alex has to get his talking points in. The ADL, George Soros.
Sent them to Nazis. what my point is that that's what the left does. They hide behind black people, they hide behind Jews, they hide behind groups, and they use racial politics to control. And so I think that's the most important thing, is to understand that we can all come together under Christ.
Also, they blackmail. Okay, go ahead about the Christ thing. I want to hear this.
No, we could just, I'm just saying, I mean, I don't hate anybody because of their religion or their background. And there's great people from every organization. And I think
George Soros can come to Christ. It is a possibility that he can convert and come to Christ.
As he's scrolling.
Would you meet with George Soros if he wanted to meet with you?
Absolutely. I would meet with anyone.
I kiss him on the fucking lips.
Laura, we're live. What's up?
Why do they got the worst fucking pictures of him?
I mean, he's super old.
I'm watching.
Now he's got Laura Loomer, and he's taking like a call like on Kermit and Friends.
There you go.
I saw you just said that
This
you
is
wanted me to
Elisa?
call in, so I'm calling in.
No, it's
Well,
Laura
how does he have
Loomer.
your number?
Well, she called me because she had some concerns about Milo running my campaign.
No, that's great. So here's the deal. We've got Laura Loomer's number. Can we call her on Skype or Zoom? Can we actually put her on the show? Laura, you're on via a speakerphone. Can you come on via Skype or via phone right now?
Yeah, I can't do video right now, but I could do audio. I texted your producer.
Laura, we're going to call you right now. We're going to put you on air in 2 minutes.
Don't trash Milo. I like Milo.
He's a good cat boy.
I'll call in right now.
You didn't say yes.
Yeah, they're going to call her. They got her.
Okay, go.
This is
Don't
crazy.
trash Milo. Promise?
Listen, all I'm trying to say is
Milo's Jewish. I love Milo.
Milo's Catholic now.
And you've got
It's
a
almost
little
like
bit of
he's
Hitler
not
fetish going on.
anything. It is just a
It's
bad
not a
person
fetish.
trying to make money.
It's not a fetish. That's a term. Like, I just love information. They have some documentaries. Apparently, Bezos is allowed to put up any documentary, but if a basketball player tweets it, he'll lose his entire career. I think that's
Well, that's where I want to go, because you've got millions, hundreds of millions of Chinese locked down right now and Chinese are great people, but their government and that country is the most racist, homogenistic, or homogeneous, actually, group there is.
Homogenistic.
And all I'm saying is I really care about those Chinese
He
people.
confused
under lockdown.
homogenous and misogynistic.
Because they want to use that as a model against us. I'm just kind of not. I'm not on the whole Jew thing. It's what I'm saying. I don't care if people talk about it. I believe in free speech. I'm just really worried about the forced injections, world government, 5G, the open borders.
He's really
the
worried about
collapsing
5G.
We're
currency,
still
war with
doing
Russia. What do you
5G?
think?
We're still doing that?
I mean,
Yeah.
Isn't it like everywhere? Does Alex
Literally
Jones not have a 5G phone?
Yeah. What are you, an LTE man, Alex? And that was fine when it went up? Surely you didn't get mad and crazy when we went from 3G to LTE, and you only went crazy when 5G went up. Because 5G's bad, but everything before it, even though it's the exact same technology, only it's slightly more primitive, it was fine. But this is a bad one. And 6G will be fine too.
It's just the 5.
I don't have all of that information. I have the information that 2 days ago I thought I was going to be put in prison because my accounts are frozen.
No, I get it. You're in Hollywood, and the managers you see are. So I get it from your perspective. I get what you're saying.
Yeah, and I love Jesus, and I have to fight this war to make a better place for my children and for everyone else's children. I got to put myself, my accounts, my name at risk to stand in the front of this war that we have. This is Infowars.
Happy to be high for this.
Right? So we're going to give
Cheers,
this
Drunken Mechanic
information
Raymond.
on Infowars.
By the way, I asked the crew very lovingly. I love the crew, but you guys gave me the tweet I sent you this morning of the abortion mill, New World Order, depopulation, kill the black people organization, Planned Parenthood, where they said it's white people's job to give money so we can kill black people. It actually says that, and Ye didn't want me to have it on the desk because he wanted to be able to have it all.
Alex Jones is pro lots more black people. That's his stance?
I think so. I think he just wants more people in general, and one of his conspiracy theories that he talks about is how the globalists want to lower the world's population significantly.
We fucking should! There's too many! Have you been in traffic? It sucks!
He's going to say that's a myth.
Well, clean and stuff, and I get that, so I'm happy for Ye, but will you guys give me
We're
that damn
8 billion
tweet?
right now. I'd love to go to 3 billion. That would be beautiful. More than half dead now.
Because I love you to death, but I'm asking for an hour. I need that damn tweet. I want to show people this because it is
Get Alex's tweet.
It is such mind control to say white people, You've got white guilt. They actually say, you're bad because you're white. Help us kill black people. What type of freakish, crazy world is that? Okay?
Zionist.
Oh my God.
Is that too wide of a idea, or do I have to just go specifically to who does that? But it's the devil. It's the devil. We all, like Grandma used to say, we all need Jesus Christ. And where I'm at.
So you're saying people who don't believe? Okay, yeah.
This position where God is, he's using me as a vessel. Everyone always knew that I was special, but now I get to be a vessel. And I feel so, I'd like to go into a prayer. It's a prayer that my cousin wrote. Now, this prayer is
a prayer my cousin wrote.
Long,
yep.
So please don't cut me off in the middle of this prayer.
I'm not. Go ahead.
So what happened is we were doing
is this part of the prayer?
Prayer Zoom on Sunday. And his name is
Prayer
Wayne.
Zoom
and
on Sunday?
He tells me,
Yep.
he says,
Wayne?
Kanye. He's like, bro, my name's Jay. You say a prayer. And then I said my prayer, and I felt that it was.
He goes, Kanye. And I said, bro, my name is Ye.
I like how he didn't have to include that part.
We're calling his cousin, Wayne, saying, hey, Kanye. Bro, my name is Ye.
My name is Ye.
Kanye, in reference to himself, called himself Kanye. And then had to correct himself when he was referencing his cousin talking to him. Fuck.
Very profound. I felt like it was Ye-level bars where I said, let's remove this whole conversation of morality and let's stick to the Bible and say either Jesus said so or Jesus said no. Hold on, I'm gonna wait till you drop this.
That's the second time he said that.
All right, so, and I felt like that was profound. That's like a bar that made me top 5 streaming artists without an album this year. Either Jesus said so or Jesus said no. Because we want to bring in our creative direction and our opinion and our moral compass. Forget the words moral compass. Is it in the Bible?
I like how he has to look at his fucking phone for that prayer quote too.
Right.
When he already dropped it earlier in the conversation. Yeah. Coming back to it, it's like half a bar. It's not even a full bar.
What did the red letters say? What did Jesus say about it? And then we make our decisions off of that. So I said this, and then I had an idea. Let's stop hoping. Let's pray. Let's talk directly to God. Let's stop hoping for stuff.
I agree with that.
He has hope in here, and that.
Let's stop hoping for stuff. Let's start praying for it. Which, synonymously hopes and prayers come out together.
Which is literally the same thing.
Yeah.
We got to stop hoping and we got to start noping. Everyone go see Jordan Peele's Nope in theaters July 22nd.
Good movie. I would like to see everybody work for things they want instead of hope and pray for it. I feel like that's the attitude we should be pushing. Work towards what you like, because hoping and praying for something's not going to get it to you. That's
it's literally stop hoping and start praying. That'll do it. You're good.
I took it out and then I put it back in, and then so I said this prayer, and my family members, they didn't say anything, and then he said his prayer. And the whole family was like, oh, that's the best prayer I ever heard. And he's like, I know. My prayers could be intimidating. I know. They're like, did you write that down? That was the best prayer ever.
He's literally doing like a one-man show.
Bro,
like, my family crazy. My cousin Wayne, he'd be like this.
He set me up. He set me up to say my prayer right before your prayer. But this is his prayer. Oh. I was like, yo, send me that prayer, bro. That prayer was pretty good. It says, Nick is Catholic, so he doesn't like referring to Jesus as Yahweh
has
God.
To stop and remember everyone's name every single time.
Yeah,
that's a sign of good mental health.
I am. Am I black? Am I African? Am I Semite?
Yes.
What is they call me anti-Semite. They said I'm a nigga in rap. They said I'm black. They told me say it loud. I'm black and I'm proud. Okay, James Brown, you tell me who I am, but. I know that I'm a child of God and Jesus died for us. This is the daily prayer written by my cousin Wayne.
Finally.
It took forever.
So
I can't believe the prayer hasn't started yet.
Jesus said so or Jesus said no was not Wayne's prayer. That was Kanye's prayer that he had to go into before he went to Wayne's prayer, because he has to be the coolest motherfucker in the room. Before he talks about some other cool motherfucker. He's got to remind you how good Kanye is before he can remind you how good somebody else is. His cousin Wayne. I keep dead naming him. I feel so bad about that.
It's not nice.
I feel so bad about that.
Yahweh God, thank you for life, health, and strength, faith, hope, and love, and another day to bless, protect.
They were ready
your
with
most
the
holy
stock
name.
footage.
I surrender all, Yahweh God, and acknowledge that all things are spiritual before they are physical. For this reason, we also declare and decree that you are the maker, master, ruler, creator, and guider of our spiritual lives. We also acknowledge our brother Jesus Yeshua and the blood he shed that gave us blood-paved pathways back to the Holy of the Holies. As we humbly come before you, your almighty throne of mercy and grace, we welcome your glory to rest heavenly upon our shoulders. Bless our crown with supernatural wisdom and understanding, Yahweh God, so that we may walk in the true knowledge of who you are and who you created us to be. Quiet our spiritual minds, Yahweh God, slow us down and put us in proper alignment and divine timing with the will and purpose you have for our lives. Open our spiritual eyes, Yahweh God, so we may better see all of the divine things of the Spirit. Open our spiritual ears, Yahweh God, so we may better hear all of the sacred things of the Spirit. Guard our spiritual mouth, Yahweh God. Place a censor over our divine tongues, so we may only speak words that glorify and edify you. Soften our spiritual heart, Yahweh God, so we may
Wow, this is really long.
Yeah, he finally has a reason to pull that phone out.
This is almost as long as the story about the prayer itself.
And this is not even like a terribly interesting prayer. Scott,
No.
your audio's off.
Yes, it is.
This is not a terribly
I meant to do that.
spectacular prayer. This is literally like this regular ass Sunday service bullshit.
Into deeper communion, communication, commitment, intimacy, understanding, and a relationship with all of the divine things of the Spirit. Yahweh God, we recognize that we do not battle against flesh and blood, but against spirits and powers, principalities and rulers of spiritual wickedness in heavenly places. It is for this reason that we put on the whole armor of God, Yahweh God. We put on the helmet of salvation and the breastplate of righteousness. We firmly attach the belt of truth around our waist and drench our feet with the preparation of the gospel of peace. We take our sword of life spirit, which is the word of life, and the shield of faith, with which we will quench all of the fiery darts of the enemy. Thank you for blessing us from the top of our head to the bottom of our feet and everywhere in between with the first, what we need, everything that we deserve, and then the best that you have for our lives, Yahweh God. In Jesus' name, amen.
And
time to go to break. Now that's a prayer. Now you with your little bitch Kanye with your weak ass bars. Wayne knows how to fucking pray.
I really like if Jesus said so or Jesus said no way better. Because it got the fuck over with a lot quicker.
How many times do you say Yahweh God?
Yahweh God, Yahweh God.
That's not a thing you say, is it?
Gotta remind you, Yahweh God. No, it's the same thing you do when somebody drops a filler into a sentence. We're like, yeah, you know, I was going down to the fucking corner store and I had this
it's
fucking.
It's like Chance the Rapper's
Actually deleted Kanye's Star of David picture.
Sad. We lost it.
For number 2,
I'm gonna pee. Don't do anything amazing.
Okay.
That was a Jeffrey Star of David, I think.
Censored with Ye. Nick Fuentes, I'm your guest host here in Insane Asylum World, because the whole world's crazy. All of us are nuts. This is Twilight Zone 2.0. We will be right back. Don't point at
me when you say that.
No, I'm talking about all of us. The whole world's crazy. It is crazy. Everybody's crazy. I believe that. I'm saying the guest.
Wow, listen to him grovel.
We'll be right back.
I didn't mean you were crazy. I mean like the whole world, everybody.
It's almost like we got Ye here. The whole building's just crazy. Alex Jones here, back live with Ye.
Alex has put his foot in his mouth a couple of times going to commercial. Let's go break the internet. And Kanye's like, that was my wife's butt that broke the internet. You bring that shit up around me, motherfucker? And now we're all crazy. We're crazy.
He's a paladin. He keeps talking about a breastplate and a sword.
Well, there's definitely was a paladin. It was to quench their unholy darts and the vaginal sword or whatever the fuck the uterine sword. I don't remember what the sword was.
Please like the stream, everyone watching. If you haven't given us a like already, please, and subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Clicking that, it was always nice.
Alex Jones sitting here thinking, shit. I just lost about $1 billion or $1 trillion for some dumb shit.
Yahweh God.
He's like,
click the like button. He's like, Yahweh God.
Why did I have Kanye in here when they just took $2 billion from him without court cases? Oh fuck.
Nick Fuentes riding shotgun, and we're gonna get Laura Loomer on the line. He didn't want to wear an earpiece. That's fine. We're going to call her on his phone. Like
they were gonna set him up, with better production for the Laura Loomer call, but he's like, no.
Minutes or so we'll get to you, Laura, but he wants to get her on, so that's great. We'll get her on. Yay. Let me bring up, since you guys want to get on this topic, the meeting with Trump. They're now using it against Trump. They're misrepresenting who Nick is, and I think that's fair to say, and they're lying about you, and they're trying to make
Nick represents who he is.
Reason
he misrepresents himself.
That DeSantis should be the 2024 front runner. And I like DeSantis in many ways, but I don't like who he's aligning with, all these big donors, and him playing along with this. It's very troubling. So tell us about the meeting.
Kanye West. 12 more hilarious things happened.
Kanye West tweeted a picture of Elon Musk on a ship getting sprayed in the back of the head by some other guy. And it said, let's remember this as my final tweet. Yay 24.
Perfect.
Wow.
This is absurd.
So you think Elon Musk will ban him or
he might be walking away? He might be walking away from Twitter. He might not want to use it anymore.
Legitimate question. Does Kanye West live to the 2024 election? I'd say 50-50 at best, honestly.
I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't know.
He's going hard and something's going to happen.
Yeah, it's such a ridiculous unraveling.
Yeah.
What we've seen.
It only ends one way. It's a matter of how and when.
Yeah.
I was hoping he'd make it and somehow manage to get into one of the debates, because that's what I need more than anything else.
Yes.
Him and Trump and Biden's stuttering mess.
He can't hang in a debate, even with Trump and Biden as eloquent as they are. He's over here staring at his phone to read. Jesus said so, or Jesus said no.
That's what I want to see.
Nick, you have the minutes on it.
That's right. So it's where to begin. I want to set the record.
Oh yeah, this is where they talk about the dinner with Trump.
Straight first of all, because there was a big piece in
here's
NBC
what I don't
the other
like
day.
about. Here's the only thing I don't like about Nick Fuentes. Everything else, 10 out of 10. Here's the one thing I don't like. The one thing I don't like is his constant smirk, because that gives it away. He's not a good enough performer to not smirk at the ridiculous shit he's doing. He's not straight-faced enough, and it gives away the grift, and it bugs me that people still buy into it. Because I think he could be pretty good at what he's doing without the smirk, but he can't help himself. I don't blame him. It's very hard to do what he's doing without the smirk. I would probably smirk a little bit. I think I could do it better than him, though. We'll find out next year.
Written by Mark Caputo with a lot of lies about the dinner. And I don't know if people were misquoted or if bad quotes were given, but people are being led to believe that this was somehow a setup or an ambush to make the president look bad. That's not true. Ye loves Trump. I love Trump. We came to the dinner to have a discussion with him about the 2024 race. Ye had a proposition for him. And so a lot of it was really put together in the last minute. I didn't even really know until I was at Mar-a-Lago whether or not we would be at the dinner. It was something that Ye and I discussed on the flight there and on the car ride over. So I just want to get that cleared up straight away because I think Ye and I both believe that Trump is a great option. It really just comes down to Trump and Ye for the most part.
But them trying to premeditatedly claim it was some secret meeting and he knew he was meeting with you, that's not true.
No, yeah, and
he's going to strip Trump of his far right white nationalist vote.
Yeah.
If he
Which is a very important part of the vote.
For Trump, yeah.
Does he strip Trump of that vote, but also of that stigma? And Trump can run as a more centralized candidate in 2024?
No, I think he needs those votes.
Okay.
I think he needs them.
And it was surprising because
he's already alienated like the more moderate Republicans enough to where they want nothing to do with them.
Because if I was Trump and people were trying to, if I was trying to shed that, I'd be like, look, I have a ton of like love for the Jewish people. They're my family. Like the Kushner. Like that's my, not just my head of state. That's my family. That's my daughter's husband. I'm not a fucking anti-Semitic person. I'm not a Nazi. I'm Donald Trump. I'm a capitalist pig. I'm a terribly fucking privileged trash human being that is abused.
Okay.
That is abused.
You've already been way too honest to be anything Trump would say, right?
We had this conversation the day before
Trump would never say those things about himself.
We were in LA on that Monday, and I was told it may not even be possible for you to get into Mar-a-Lago. They said because there's so many people that will intercept you. There's a guest list, and you have to be on it, and there's a security list, and all these things. So I was told that I may not even be able to get through. Well, we pulled up to the club. They checked out they checked out Karen's ID and information. We drove up, we walked in, we sat down in the lobby. The president came out of the dining room, and that was that. He invited Ye to dinner, and I don't know if it was Ye or Trump, but one of them said, well, we want to bring Jamar, Karen, and Nick into the dining room. And so we came in, we sat down. Well, we took some pictures. Ye sort of lit up the whole room. Everybody wanted to get a picture with him. We sat down at the table. And I want to say initially it was a very pleasant dinner. Trump gave kind of the standard black voter pitch. He talked about the HBCUs, the opportunity zones, things like that.
The opportunity zones.
And then it turned out that Ye had accidentally sent a text message to a...
HBCUs, is that historically black, Chinese, and Uyghurs?
Exactly. So Kanye sends a text message to the wrong person, trying to text Nick about something.
Into the dining room. And so we came in, we sat down. Well, we took some pictures.
It's craziness.
Sort of lit up the whole room. Everybody wanted to get a picture with him.
And then Trump gets
we
tipped
sat
off.
down at the table. And I want to say initially it was a very pleasant dinner. Trump gave kind of the standard black voter pitch. He talked about the HBCUs, the opportunity zones, things like that. And then it turned out that Ye had accidentally sent a text message to a lawyer that both Trump and Ye share, and forwarded him some intel that Karen gave to us about how we were going to handle the Trump meeting and how to read his body language and the kinds of things that maybe we should avoid or things we might want to say. And so before the dinner, Ye accidentally forwarded that to a lawyer who then in the middle of the dinner apparently called Trump to say, hey, Karen Giorno's involved. This is a setup. You guys are being set up right now. It was really just based on a misunderstanding. And after that call, he...
Well, who's this lawyer?
Do you mind if I say the name?
Yes.
It's yes, you mind? Or?
No, I don't.
Okay, it's Nick Gravante.
I love a confusing yes or no question.
Yeah.
Do you mind if I say it? Yes. Wait, so I shouldn't say it? No, go ahead.
Okay. So he was texting
I don't mind. I don't mind any names. I think that's the general. Just let him finish the entire story.
So, because we pulled.
I love how Kanye has taken over.
This is
this show. Yeah, this is now his show.
Pulled up in the car and Ye said, "Here, I'll forward you these notes." So he forwarded it to me, and I said, "Hey, I didn't get the text." And we kind of brushed it off, and we found out later he meant to send it to Nicholas Fuentes. He sent it to Nicholas Gravante on accident.
He's exactly as stupid as we thought.
So the dinner was actually very pleasant. It was very friendly. Ye picked out a song to play. He put on Say You Will off of 808s. And then Trump said, oh, I don't know, let's put on one of your hits. So he put on Stronger. It was very congenial. Well, then in the middle of the dinner, Trump gets this call because Nick Gravante apparently sent the text to one of Trump's guys or somebody. Somebody called Trump and said Karen is giving Ye intel because Karen worked for Trump. She ran the state of Florida during the Republican primary in 2016. And so he got the heads up.
They 16 went pretty well.
Thought it was some big ambush. So he gets off the phone and the tone totally flipped. And he starts telling Ye these stories about how some of his black constituents had betrayed him. He told the story about how he got ASAP Rocky out of jail. He told the story about how he got the NBA basketball players out of the Chinese jail. And the moral of the story was, if you go against me, if you're disloyal to me, I'll crush you. That was kind of the subtext of the stories from Trump. He said that Kim Kardashian, he said some nasty things about her because she endorsed Joe Biden after Trump released, what is it, Alice
Johnson.
Alice Johnson from prison. He commuted her sentence and then gave her a pardon, so he felt betrayed by that. And then Ye made the proposition and said, hey, I'd like you to be my running mate in 2024. And Trump
I gave him the opportunity. I didn't say I would like him to. I said you have the opportunity.
Right, yes.
To be my running mate in 2024.
Yes. And,
would he wear a mask as well, though?
I think it would look cool.
So Alex is having fun.
I think it would look cool.
I do think it looks cool. So he sat back and folded his arms and he kind of smirked and he sort of dismissed it. But then he got a little bit heated and he said, you can't win. You'll never win. Don't run. You can win at a lot of things, but you can't win at this. And then he turned to me and Karen and said, you guys are smart. I know you work for him, but don't lie to him. Tell him he can't win. And, you know, I love Trump and I love Ye. And so I'm looking at Trump and then I'm looking at Ye and I'm looking at Trump and Ye. He's telling
Daddies are fighting.
Nick, they say you're a white supremacist. Are you a white supremacist?
No, not at all.
Well, spend some time on that.
Yeah, you know, I'm a Catholic. I'm Christian, and so I believe that we.
I know that sounds white supremacist right there, but it's not. Go ahead.
Yeah. Well, I believe that we're all children of God, and so I think that black, white, red, brown, whatever, we're all siblings in a certain sense because we're created by God. I do, though, believe that there are races. There are black people, there are white people, there are Hispanics, and these differences mean something to people. They mean things to each other. That doesn't
these races exist and they mean something to people.
Mean that we can't get along. That doesn't mean.
But the left's saying it's bad to even have a culture. They're saying none of us can say I'm this or I'm that.
Right, they want to melt us all down. That's what globalization is. They want to globalize the government.
Because the left doesn't go for identity politics
exactly.
at all.
What?
You nailed it, guys. You definitely figured this out.
I mean, in the population.
Idiots.
They want a global government. They want to globalize the economy through free.
Just look at people's Twitter bios. When they describe themselves in like 23 different ways in like a Twitter
labels,
bio.
baby.
Yeah.
Trade.
With no culture.
Exactly. And the population through immigration. And they want to make it so that in 50, 100 years, there are no distinct nations. There's no distinct peoples.
If we got rid of 5 billion people on Earth, immigration would not be a big deal at all. You could immigrate all you wanted. Yeah. Just saying.
Right. Just a slave class, undifferentiated. That's what they want.
This is the future president you're talking to right now.
He's saying Nick, future president.
He's not old
so
enough.
Kanye 24, 28.
He's not old enough. That's true.
Fuentes 32, 36.
We basically have
That's our next 4 terms planned out.
No.
We're good for 16 years, guys.
No.
We're good. It's fine.
I don't know. I think my brain has finally turned off from all of this. It's all gone. It's over processed. It's all too much. I think I'm just like I can't even think about it anymore. Maybe an hour ago I was enjoying this, and then now
it is overstimulating.
I'm like, fuck, this is real life.
This is real life. It does kind of it goes
Nick,
more places.
I'm 24. Maybe in a few cycles.
And Trump loved Nick. He looked at me and said, where did you find this kid? He had no idea until, what's the guy that wrote the speech that you didn't like?
Jason Miller.
Jason Miller lied afterwards after they found out who you were. And what did Jason say in the press to start off? Because it started to be like a series of lie after lie after lie and fake.
So Kanye West is a groiper now.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
I never saw this coming. I've never been a fan.
Do you know that word sounds a lot like groper?
Yes, that's the funny thing about it.
He's name dropped Owen Benjamin. He's had Laura Loomer on a call. Kanye West is a shit poster that has decided to give to throw away his $1 billion empire to fucking muddle around with a bunch of dorks online and shit post about the Jews.
It wasn't a tweet. It was a Truth Social after Truth Social.
He's going to be hanging out with Beardson.
So give him the rundown on that.
Yeah, so initially, we didn't publish anything.
Oh, he can, because Beardson was a rapper. Remember that? We listened to some of his stuff. Kanye could produce him.
Kanye and Baked Alaska would probably do a song before Kanye and Beardson did.
Thing about the dinner. It was rumored that Ye went to dinner with Trump. Then it was rumored that I was at the dinner because I walked through the airport in Miami. Then there was a statement from Jason Miller, who spoke as a representative for Trump, and he said, well, Nick Fuentes was not at the dinner. And it was only at that point, which was a lie, it was only at that point when we began to respond, and Ye said, he can't say that. Nick was at the dinner. That was a lie.
But, I mean, I actually like the speeches that Jason Miller wrote. Maybe, I mean, he was just scared.
Who was scared? Trump?
No, I mean, I think Miller thinking it was a setup, but I mean, I think that's what they thought. They thought, oh, this is a setup, and I think that's what that.
I like how Alex
He
Jones
always is like on the defense.
because he's at this point in time, he's like, these are contacts of mine. Like as great as it is to have Kanye on my show, he's burning bridges like
burning every bridge I have.
Kanye might not even be alive for another 6 months, let alone in the public eye of politics and within the realm of my show's interest. And he's now going against the Miller, who is my guy to get to Trump.
How am I going to earn that $1 billion I have to pay to the Sandy Hook parents?
It's more than $1 billion.
Is it $1 trillion?
It's
well, I don't know how much he's going to actually have to pay,
right,
but
the
it came
judgment,
not a fucking dime. He will never pay a fucking.
The judgment was there was a third judgment that got to over $1 trillion, right?
Something like that. Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, it was nuts.
Yeah.
But okay, but people got to stop lying. Our leaders, our politicians have to stop being afraid and being so political, and we have to put Christ first. And if anything
we need the politicians to just stop lying. It's
what
like
we need is a fascist theocracy. Just do it. Try it out at least. Is it going to be worse than now? Come on.
We need freedom of speech so that we can have a fascist theocracy.
Exactly.
Come on.
The system works.
Come on.
From this, like, the best thing that could come from this is I'm the president of the United States in 2024. The worst thing that could come from this is our leaders are
of the United States in 2024.
It's the best and the worst.
Yeah.
To Christian values, not Zionist values. Now, let's talk about the difference of Trump's Truth Socials.
Yeah. So he put out 3 successive posts. There's 3 responses from Trump on Truth Social, and they just get more sort of erratic as the pressure grows. You know, the first one, he says, it was a very uneventful dinner.
Erratic
I
social
did meet
media
with
posts, you say.
The next post was, I don't know who Nick Fuentes was, and it was totally uneventful. The third one, he says, Ye, a very troubled man who happens to be black, came for badly needed advice. And so it just kept getting more and more sort of angry.
That's a very funny way to describe Kanye. A very troubled man who happens to be black.
And I think what Ye's getting at, and I don't want to put words in his mouth, but Trump is surrounded by handlers. He's surrounded by people like Jared Kushner and Jason Miller. He's got 3 campaign managers.
Jared Kushner bailed because he got what he wanted out of Trump, right? What did Jared do when Trump was in office?
Pussy?
He got the Abraham Accords. Jared Kushner with his best friend Bibi Netanyahu at 666 Fifth Avenue. They brokered the Abraham Accords.
Ben, don't act like you didn't get him. He fucking got him.
From the Gulf states into Israel.
What did Netanyahu have to say about it exactly?
Netanyahu loves it, of course, because this.
But let's expand on that.
Look at this picture of him.
I love Jerry. Hey,
so sinister. I mean, he is sinister. But... Oh, we're back.
Okay. No, keep going. My point is that it's fair, though, for Trump that it is a political attack to claim that he endorses or represents even the views they claim you hold that you don't hold. So clearly, you can see how the media is using you guys as an attack on Trump.
They're using us to try to put this guy we've never heard of, DeSantis, in office. Like,
yeah, now they're claiming like DeSantis is being propped up by the people who just think he's going to lose.
This guy we've never heard of, he is the guy that held on to the ideals that the right clung to during COVID.
Yes.
And got Florida through COVID with minimal mask wearing. like this is why he's being propped up. The right's like, hey, this guy was like, fuck masks. We love him.
Exactly.
Kanye wearing a mask now. I can understand why he would be against guys like Kane and Ron DeSantis.
DeSantis is going to play by the book. The thing about Trump is this guy is one of the best presidents we have. He's top 5 presidents. He's right there with Ronald Reagan.
Oh my God. Who else?
He was a Wharton grad.
You said top 5. Let's get the rest of them.
I'm pretty sure Kanye only knows the 5 presidents we had during his lifespan.
How old is he? Like 45?
Yeah, maybe he had some
Jimmy Carter
in there, but
yeah, would have been. Yeah, but he wouldn't. If he's conservative like it seems he is now, he wouldn't have liked
2
Jimmy
Bushes,
Carter.
Obama, Biden, Trump, and Reagan.
Yep.
What about Coolidge? Is he in the mix?
And Clinton. Yeah, we can't forget Clinton.
Warren G. Harding, Grover Cleveland, the only split president until Trump.
Martin Van Buren
of all time, and the entire time.
Didn't we have a split president in one of the Roosevelts?
There's only one.
You had Grover Cleveland, and that's fucking it.
No, Teddy Roosevelt ran, but he didn't win. He ran against Taft and split the vote, and
With
then
the Bull Moose Party.
Yeah,
Cool
then
name.
Woodrow Wilson won the presidency because of that.
President, the Jewish media attacked him. They were mad because he was actually working for the country. And now they're doing everything, including this meeting, to try to say he's not allowed to meet with. This is Infowars. Who are you to say who the president can meet with? Netanyahu. Like, I'm not gonna, the Holy Spirit fills me up, and the less sin I have, the less angry I get. You know, so you can't make me angry, but if I was of...
You like fish sticks?
Another version of Ye, the Kanye West that you guys know, I would be angry at Netan for even speaking on one of the best presidents, one of our best presidents of all times. Shut the bless up, Netan. This is from Ye. Now you know who I am.
Did he just censor himself with bless? Did he say shut the bless up?
Yep, that's what he does. He does that now.
I didn't know that was a thing.
It's like something G-Man would do. Like, how close is Kanye to G-Man now?
Okay. G-Man found a hill to climb on.
Now, yeah.
Kanye found a hill to die on.
Exactly.
G-Man's hill obviously was Shenny for Christ.
Of course, she is a
quite
hill.
a hill to climb. Yeah. And Kanye's dying on this DEFCON 3 tweet that he made before going night-night.
Who I am now, Netanyahu?
It was a pre-night-night tweet.
Yeah.
You know who I am now, Jared Kushner? You know who I am, Josh Kushner? Let me tell you something about Softy Josh, right?
Softy Josh.
Marshmallow Josh was out of...
Is there a second Kushner I don't know
Yes.
about? Oh, there is. Okay.
I'm at Jared's house, Jared and Ivanka's house. And I didn't realize at the dinner that Josh Kushner had 10% of Skims, which was my ex-wife clothing line, which I have 5% of. And it's one of the reasons why even after the attack where Ari Emanuel had all of my deals destroyed, I was still worth $400 million, right? And still had $250 million of cash available, right? So, Josh, I say, what do you think about Jared working for me in 2024? And Josh looks at Jared and says, oh, I would kill him. And so then towards the end of the meeting, I'm leaving their apartment. They do like a soft hug because I think like Jared, as soft as Jared is, he has to hug Josh extra soft so, you know, he doesn't melt like toilet paper.
He's throwing hard shade.
What type of toilet paper does Kanye have that's melting? Is he getting like single ply?
He's getting Kirkland brand.
He's a one-ply man.
Why are you one-plying on him?
Because he stays humble, Billy.
He's got a PJ. He calls up the PJ on demand private jet.
Yeah, but he's also wearing like hoodies with paint
My guy
blotches
can't
all
have
over
some
him.
quilted northern to put up in his booty cheeks?
Kirkland brand.
And what I realized afterwards that Josh had 10% of a line that I only had 5%, double, where I, you know, Skims is an extension of Yeezy. It's an extension of my brand. Literally, I put the creative director from Yeezy at Skims because at first Skims was a lingerie line. And then it was Kris Jenner's idea to make it a shapewear line. And I said, I have the perfect person. Let's take these elements of Yeezy and let's put this here. And then Josh goes in and puts $150 million from some investment firm to then control something that my ex-wife was making for.
Gucci's is voting yay 2024.
Well, there you have it. She lives in D.C. That's an important vote.
Is it?
Oh,
the D.C. vote is important.
Do they even have electoral votes?
No.
They do get electoral votes, don't they?
They don't.
I'll have to
They
look
don't
that
get
up.
no electorals?
Let's
They
see.
don't get shit. They're basically not even people. Gucci's, you're not even people.
Oh, God. Maybe your vote's not as important as I once thought.
Maybe you're trash. Maybe you're drunk trash. Is that possible? Is that on the table? What are we dealing with here?
I think we might.
The
Who's with you?
23rd
Who's against
Amendment gave D.C. electoral votes, I think.
I'm pretty sure it has electoral votes.
DC don't get shit.
We're all drunken fucking.
They get
peasants here.
3. D.C. gets 3
Three
electoral
electoral
votes.
votes.
Yeah.
Which is good for its population.
You're at this meeting and literally realizing, oh my God, I own this and ran this. This guy's double what I get. You didn't even know he was the owner.
Yeah, and that's what I explained to Jared. I was on text with Jared. I said, what if I had 10% of a line with Ivanka and you didn't know and you only had 5%? I'm sure you.
But what if he learned you own 10% of 666?
Yeah, that would be funny. Like Kanye's just mad that the joke was on him.
He'd be pissed.
Or what if I had 10% of that 800? How big was the deal that he did after he got out of?
So what you're saying is we need reparations from Hollywood. We need the Hollywood elite that have.
I love how they find these really bad photos of people that they're shit
They do a
talking.
nice job.
Almost all the money. They need reparations to America.
Wait, I want to talk about how Jared did that first deal.
You hear what I'm saying?
With Netin.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, he got billions. And this is something that was covered in the Wall Street Journal. Jared Kushner brokered the Abraham Accords with Netanyahu. And before Trump was even out of office, they were arranging for how Kushner could take a massive fee from.
Okay, but separate from Kushner getting money, I don't like Kushner. He glows in the dark. He's creepy as hell.
He's a Republican. He's on your side, buddy.
How can you glow in the dark when you are the fucking head of state? It's or the Secretary of State, right? Like the guy.
I can't remember what his job was.
He wasn't Secretary of State, but he was some fucking bullshit.
Yeah. He had some kind of cabinet position.
Yeah, there's no darkness
Hillary
there.
Clinton is the Secretary.
He was the
of State,
former senior advisor to the President of the United States.
Not currently.
He was the senior advisor.
I think she is. I think she has been for like 30 years.
No.
He was the senior advisor to President Trump.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. That you don't glow in the dark when you're that close to the fucking light. I'm sorry. That's the peak of our government. Saying he glows in the dark is a stupid statement.
Well, especially from someone who supported Trump so much. You know?
Good peace deal to get the Arabs and Jews to quit killing each other. I mean,
But I agree with you to some extent. But don't.
I mean, actually, that's a pretty. I said that's something good Kushner did. I mean, I don't like Kushner. But
He did it for the money.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, we got things. Yeah.
And I would say
I'm not defending him. I'm saying, isn't it good to try to get Middle East peace?
Let's ask Nick.
Yeah, Nick, go ahead.
See, he's deferring to Nick.
Like you can't ask Kanye like a new question.
Yeah.
Kanye's got his stuff. Don't throw him off his game.
Kanye said it. He said it earlier. We're a SWAT team. I come in, kick down the door, and then Nick and whoever the fuck the other kiddo there with him is. They're laser beams with their knowledge. Kanye just kicks the door in and then puts these little fucking runts out there with their targeted attacks.
If you want Middle East peace, you have to go to Israel because Israel is the one who has been bombing Syria. Israel's the one that's.
And they got 200 nuclear weapons. They ain't going nowhere.
Exactly, and that's why they killed JFK and RFK.
Oh my God! Come on.
It was because of
they
were
both
trying to get their WMD program off the ground. Operation Apollo. It was Jack Kennedy that wanted IAEA inspectors looking into it.
No, and that is probably one of the main. That's one of the reasons Kennedy got killed. That was
what we need to say right now.
Oh, here we
and
go.
We're going to bring Ali on in a second. Is both my parents were educators, right? And we're here as the educators. That's what's in our heart. When we get the information, we put ourselves at risk to give you the information. There's a lot of teachers, incredibly intelligent people that have been canceled and kicked out of universities for not playing along with the system. So stop looking at us like celebrities, like we're trying to get media. We're using our position, putting our finances, putting our personal well-being at risk to say the truth out loud. And I was on the plane with Nick and I said, it feels like we're in Vietnam in the middle of the war with our backs to the wall, holding our guns and saying, you know, Nick, how did you get here? Yay, how did you get here? Well, all the guns are going off.
How did Nick get here? He was on like Warski and JF's show a bunch and the Kumite when he was like 17. I was like, man, this kid is insane.
Yeah, it really does feel like we're at war right now in our private jet, flying to go
this
talk.
feels like my life is in imminent danger in a wartime scenario in Vietnam. It feels, I'm going to say, exactly like that.
Yeah.
All the media is going off and say, this is Infowars, right? So you got some info warriors on both sides of you, and you fought for us. You've been fighting this battle for a long time, Alex, and we just got to salute you as a Christian and as American because you paved the way to make braver soldiers like us today.
I said warrior, Alex. No, hero's fine.
Happening right now.
Wow. All right. We got to go to break. We're going to get Laura Loomer on. We're going to get Ollie Alexander up to Manny come on. He's one of the smartest guys I know in politics. And we're going to just continue. Owen Schroyer is going to come on. We're going to continue on as long as you guys want to go. We'll take breaks and stuff too, and get Ye to eat something or whatever. Me and Nick got something he hasn't eaten yet.
We'll see if we can fix Ye's blood sugar.
That's why he won't eat. I'm trying to get him to eat. So I'm like an Italian.
He's trying to feed him so he takes the mask off.
I gotta watch.
He's just trying to get the mask off.
That might be true.
Been frozen by the Jewish banks, so I need to watch my meals.
Well, CNN says white people are evil Nazis, so. I mean, I disagree with both statements, but I get the
I don't like the word evil next to Nazis. I think we need to.
Damn it!
Yeah, he's going back into it.
Kanye's like, the media referred to my friend Nicholas J. Fuentes as a Nazi so much. Rather than trying to prove to you that he's not a Nazi,
I'm just going to say I like him.
Let's just prove to you that Nazis weren't so bad, okay?
I mean, look, it's the road less taken, but I respect it.
Just because you don't like one group doesn't
Holy
mean
fuck.
Look,
I love Jewish people, but I also love Nazis.
Oh, man. Well, I have to disagree with that.
But which part do you disagree with, Alex?
You'd be surprised.
Kanye wins again.
We're going to go to
Alex Jones has been transformed into the nervous guest on his own show.
Right.
That's kind of impressive.
Because I remember...
No one man should have all that power, Ye.
I remember the one time he was freaking out and his lawyer was there looking all nervous and Alex was freaking out.
Yeah.
And now it's totally flipped.
Because Alex has lost $1 trillion lawsuit for saying some dumb shit.
Yep.
He's like, by the way, Kanye, I recently got back on the leash. Please don't break my chain.
I'm the crazy one here. We're all crazy. The whole world's crazy. And
he's doing that again.
Is coming down. This is absolutely lit. This is lit. God
damn it!
This video delivers and delivers and delivers. Like
politics is the new dad rock.
The new dad rock.
This is lit. This is litty. This is lit. This is lit.
Number one show in the world right now. Everybody's tuned in everywhere. Yay. Everybody, I appreciate you being here.
Justin T says, Billy just made Ye's point. Please elaborate, because I'm not sure which point you're pointing towards. I'll tell you whether or not I did. Holy shit.
My favorite promo with Ye.
The point, love everybody. Love everybody, I do think is a valid point. I do think we should stop differentiating, putting people into acceptable pockets of hate. I think that's a good thing to do, and I think you talk about hate groups. The problem is you don't really make me believe that you don't want to support hate groups when your "I love Nazi" sentiment is said next to Nick Fuentes, who has had some very fucking hateful remarks against multiple groups. Kanye just figured out who Netanyahu was 2 weeks ago. He's gonna figure out who Nick Fuentes is 2 weeks from now, and he's gonna dial back on all of this shit.
You think so?
Well, I mean, not all of it. Not all of it. He doesn't know the depth of Nick Fuentes. He just knows Nick Fuentes is this kid that's political and has sound bites that he agrees with from Owen Benjamin, Laura Loomer, and such. But when he realizes what a fucking goober
I don't know.
Nick has always been, he's like, okay, maybe this was dumb, and it's time for me to get those Zombieland pills.
We're gonna air the Trudeau clip, and then go right back to Ye. Stay with us. Christmas 2022 is almost here, and we have great products at InfoWarsStore.com.
Oh yeah, I
bet you do.
Christmas 2022 is almost here. If you want to get some super male vitality, red and green edition. Is this a Tim Pool music video?
No, it's like some MAGA rap or whatever. Oh yeah, and then this is Rammstein, so I gotta skip that just a little bit here. There we go.
Justin T says, Billy, you just said Ye got on the leash again. Who is holding that leash? Justin T, I said this earlier today too. Open your fucking ears, please. I didn't say Ye got on the leash again. I said Alex Jones just got on the leash again. And who's holding the leash? It's
the parents of Sandy Hook.
it's the government, the media. Okay, but the idea that the media is a religious or racially drawn thing is absolutely stupid. It's the capitalistic fucking house of cards that has been it's been fortified. It's been fortified, and the second you break away from that fortification that is media, that is capitalism, that is everything, they are gonna put you on your fucking face and stomp your head in. That's because they fed you. You don't bite the hand that feeds in the system. And who they is, it's capitalism. Putting any other fucking name on it is the same stupid fucking thing. You're complaining about people who call everybody a Nazi, all this hate, pushing all this hate around. And now you're gonna say it's the Jews? That's fucking stupid. It's the fucking system that's built. They are the people at the fucking very tip top that make as much money as anybody else making the money, and they continue that system, and it will continue until that system is broken. But putting a race or a religion on it is fucking a part of the problem. Okay? This is not the way to go about breaking the chains. You're reinforcing those chains by giving people a false enemy to bicker about. And never changing the problem, because now you're creating new problems that have no effect on whether or not the system breaks. Kanye is creating bullshit problems, bullshit confusion. The same confusion he's speaking out against, he's now creating. That's his big reveal.
Host of the show, go ahead.
Laura, can you guys hear Laura on the mic?
What they're doing is they're talking to her out there. I told them 45 minutes ago.
Laura,
I said, tell her
you on the mic?
Tell her you're going to call her. They didn't do that because it's such a party.
I can hear you.
Can you guys hear her?
This is a party.
Laura, say something.
She's not going to.
Laura Loomer.
Yeah, Laura, you're on the air. Go ahead.
How's it going?
You're on the air with Ye. Go ahead. He wants to do it over his speakerphone. Go ahead.
Well, look, I just wanted to call in. You know, I see that everybody on this stream has been canceled in some fashion, and you know,
I want to jump in with her only claim to fame is that she was canceled.
Exactly.
The fuck is Laura Loomer
I'm
ever
just calling
done?
to make this about me
You
really
know,
quick.
We've all been canceled. That means we're.
I heard that other people were getting attention.
Right.
Yeah.
Also been canceled, and you know, I have a
There's now a new influencer market just for people who have been canceled.
Which is pretty cool.
She's the Kim Kardashian of cancellation. Good job, Laura Loomer. Candace Owens does it better.
Because you know, I'm Jewish, and I happen to be one of the most banned and censored people in this country, and so
if you weren't banned and censored, nothing you say would matter anyways. It actually gave you a megaphone. Being banned and censored put more weight in anything you say than before you were banned or censored. Nobody really gave a fuck about you before you got banned or censored. Now you have this badge of honor that says, well, by the way, what I said was so real that I can't say it anymore, so follow me now. Free speech.
Mm-hmm. You know, I just wanted to talk about cancel culture and, you know, the act of debanking and deplatforming from my perspective, because you know, I was really one of the first people that experienced all of this cancel culture And,
She was the OG canceled.
I got it, I was canceled before canceling was cool.
I would just say that, I can sympathize with anybody who's had their voice silenced. I don't think that censorship is the answer, no matter how much you disagree with another person or how offensive you may find their statements or their arguments to be. And what we need in this country is more free speech. And I say that, as a Jewish American woman watching this stream and, watching the plague of cancel culture that has really swept not just our country, but the entire world over these last few years. And I will say that being Jewish has never saved me from being canceled. It never stopped the banks from shutting down.
All right, I'm gonna get through her.
Shut up.
You're canceling Laura Loomer now?
Yeah, she's
Ben?
canceled. Let's get back to the.
How dare you cancel a proud Jewish woman?
Hawkeye
You're
says
as bad
that
as
she's
the rest of them.
great. Hawkeye's telling me that she's great.
There's a power structure under God that starts with the 1,000-year-old families such as the Medicis. Then it goes to the Vatican, which is
Never mind,
in
Hawkeye says
bloodline
she's
to
not
Peter,
great.
not Paul. Then it goes to the financial groups, BlackRock, Vanguard, and then to the government.
She's dropped
where we
some
could go
bombs in
into
the last 24
Putin
hours.
territory.
What was said?
And then it goes to Hollywood, the Rahm Emanuels. That is the first smokescreen to get past. And we're just breaking down those smoke screens. Hey, Ari. How you doing, Ari?
Hey, I want to jump in really quick, and I will say.
Yeah, Laura, you're on the air.
I will say, cuts out.
I will say.
I was waiting to hear, too.
Oh, go ahead.
The blacklisting of, people like Ye, people like Alex Jones, people like Nick Fuentes, people like myself,
All right, yeah.
Just a good group of guys.
Ben canceled Laura Loomer
No, that's what
again.
Prometheus shows that. All right, Laura, thank you so much. Thank you. Closing comments or yay? I want to move on to
Laura,
Ollie and
thank
folks.
you very much for calling and talk later. Thanks a lot.
All right, so good. That's good.
I'll be
Great,
in
Nick.
Florida.
See you in Florida. You want to say something before we go to Ollie, Alexander, and Owen?
Yeah, I want to jump in and say that I agree. I think though, as now
Some water.
Oh, there we go.
And I love the fact
for Ethiopian.
What about Holly Selassie? Because this is what happened to Kyrie Irving, and it made me really mad because when I was a kid growing up reading comic books and stuff, I could read really early. When I was like 5, I could read like a 10-year-old. When I was 10, I could read like a college
The Bible
student.
is open.
What a weird brag to sneak in.
When I
I had
was
a
10
high
year-
reading level when I was 5.
when I was 10 years old, I could read like a college level student.
Now, comic books when I was about 8, because my mom had all these history books, and some of them were picture history books, and I started reading those. And it's like a fact that Solomon married a bunch of black women. It's a fact that Ethiopia was Jewish. It's a fact that North Africa was Jewish. It's a fact that went on. And then Kyrie Irving puts out a video explaining that a bunch of North African blacks are intermarried and part Jewish, and Israel lets a bunch of blacks in because they can prove that their lineage, their names are Jewish names. So how is it anti-Semitic? And how does the ADL say it's anti-Semitic for black people who are related directly to King Solomon and King David, the line of Judah, which Haile Selassie was the leader of Ethiopia? That's where this whole movement comes from, to act like they don't know this. I'm not blaming Jews for this.
I think that's what they're mad about. I think if it was just black people saying we can be Jewish too, nobody's going to be too mad at that. But there's some other stuff.
Right there. It's the Black Hebrew Israelite stuff.
I mean, the leftist ADL.
The funniest group of people on earth.
To deny black Jews their heritage is a historic fraud. It's a damn historic fact. It's on Wikipedia.
Because if there's any
It's on Wikipedia.
groups of people Alex Jones cares deeply about, it's black people and Jews.
It's even debated.
I like it's on Wikipedia. How can it even be debated? I like how everybody's like, well, Wikipedia can't even be used as a citation when you're doing a school essay. Can't even use Wikipedia as a citation. But Wikipedia has all the citations for all the information on the Wikipedia page. Just click the link and use that. It's like
I was going to say, yeah, maybe you can't use Wikipedia, but you can use the 76 sources that are on Wikipedia.
They're all there.
It's not just the leftists, it's the right-wing ones too, because in Israel, Ye was just showing me a clip the other day where they are racist towards the Sudanese or Ethiopian black Jews that immigrate into Israel. They kick them out.
It felt like you were in
I
this
mean, that
battle
might be
by
true.
yourself.
Israel is a fascist ethnocracy.
Don't
so
they
I
let
could see
like
that being an issue.
don't they let like Seventh-day Adventists live in Israel? Like, isn't there a whole bunch of Seventh-day Adventists that live there?
If they're nice, they can live there, but not if they're
now
mean.
you got two warriors alongside of you, like gargoyles at the top of the buildings in New York, ready to fight for Christ. And when Kyrie put up that information, they always want to write me off and say, Ye is just so crazy, so crazy, so crazy. And then Kyrie was like, okay, here goes some information right here. Information is the unlock.
Kyrie's also crazy. And very stupid. I don't know if he's Kanye stupid, but he's very stupid. Like, his brain is not good. He's a flat earther. So that's step one. And then step two is literally everything else he said.
Elements that the 1%, the elites use to control the 99%, which are the masses. Those elements are water, food,
you can tell.
shelter.
I can tell.
Medicine, and education. Which one of those 5 elements are the most important? Education. Because with the knowledge, you can go get water, you can go get food, you can get shelter, and you can get medication.
They don't want independence.
I agree. And Kyrie fought for something. And then also, you know, for me, Kyrie, I love Kyrie. He did what his job was. They had the Hebrew Israelites in front of the game, and now the high schools. I always think about the high schools. I always
the Black Hebrew Israelites ruin like every street festival.
Yeah.
Like, they always show up at like a street festival.
Yeah, and they're always pissed.
Right.
They're always so pissed.
They set up in front of the mall in downtown Bellevue. They were out there yelling at everybody.
Yeah.
It's like
doing a yell.
Think about the future, the grammar schools, the high
I'm
schools.
gonna go use the restroom.
These are the people that are going to change our lives. So
R.I.P.
the high schools are
the
asking
toilet.
questions. People are running around saying, "Oh, Ye's racist." What is the term racism was created?
I don't know if you're racist. I think you might be too stupid to be racist.
The construct of racism was created.
The communist Russians.
Yeah, and it's like the whole woke culture, the idea of the white man did this, the Jewish guy did this. Now I'm saying specifically the bankers. I think my misstep in the tweet was to pinpoint
my one and only misstep in the tweet.
That's it.
Otherwise flawless.
Yeah.
Opposed to pinpointing the devil and the fact that the devil used to have that. But more than that, it was my disobedience to God that forced me into the whale's stomach as I am right now. But it's only
He's a real Jonah.
Yeah.
Obedience to God that's going to bring me out of the whale's stomach.
Well, let's elaborate. You're not walking
Sorry,
back.
a real Pinocchio. I meant Pinocchio, not Jonah.
That you are clarifying it.
Monstro.
Which is key. It's evil in the hearts of men and women that's a problem. And so you're not walking it back. You're clarifying. This is big.
Let's clarify. Satan, the angel, God's one of his favorite angels, one of the most powerful angels.
The most powerful.
I thought I was one of God's favorite angels.
Yeah.
That's what my mom always told me. Now it's Satan, I hear.
Yeah,
Fuck that.
Satan.
Satan, that's what I like. The most powerful angel. Satan. And he brought angels with him when he left heaven, right? How many angels did Satan bring with him?
33% of them. So he brought billions of angels with him.
So angels, Satan has 33% of God's warriors with him, working for Satan. But God runs the world. And it's Satan.
I thought girls ran the world. Isn't that what they taught us?
It's definitely not God.
That gets
pretty sure
inside of the Zionists and makes them do evil things. But these are stories because I'm a baby Christian, right? But I heard that, you know, God loves me so much. He loves me so much, right? Then I go to Drink Champs and I'm drinking. And the Bible says, king don't drink, right? I know it's not Milo. I know I'm not saying it in correct, perfect English. But the Bible says, king don't drink. And I'm drinking. And I'm smoking, and I'm using my ego because I'm tired of these like fed.
You're like, I'm lit. I'm lit.
If Alex says lit one more time, I'm gonna flip.
I'm
out.
loving it.
Let me say, I'm tired of these fed celebrities trying to pick on me, thinking that they gangster. We not in high
learned
school,
a
Meek
black
Mills.
word.
We not in high school, Puff Daddy.
From 12 years
and
ago.
everyone thinks that they're so much more gangster, like they got me in some way. Ain't none of y'all more gangster than God, and God got me.
True.
That's a quote.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm saying that.
Oh no, everybody posing acting tough is nothing. If you talk about rebel black sheep, I mean, you're definitely it, buddy.
Yeah, y'all not tough.
And not just because you're black.
But I'm drinking, and then I start
sort of because you're black.
stuff that doesn't please God, right? And it wasn't the Zionists, it wasn't the banks, it's God set me back. But the fact that I still had 400 million and Forbes couldn't get around it, it showed God loves me, but he had to set me back a little.
Well, it's a Jobian proverb. You're going through a Jobian trial.
Yeah, because since I lost my wife, right? Since I lost my family, and
I do like talking about Kim like she's dead. That's funny.
The priest right
Since
in the
I
middle of
lost
that
my
home,
wife.
Right.
And I didn't have
She's dead to him.
The content that my kids watch and what they wore and where they went to school and how we went to church and what they ate. I was frustrated, and I let the devil come and get me. I let the devil pull me in. Next thing you know, I'm at New Year's Eve parties having threesomes.
He was living the life.
Very cool.
I'm like, God was so mad at me. He said, I empowered you. I gave you every skill set.
I empowered you, and you use it to have threesomes?
You're like
Microsoft powered you.
You saved Caesar's life in battle twice. You know, you might stutter. You might not be the best communicator, but you're a leader, yay. And you're down there. You're not representing me. You're drinking. You're having sex. And you know what? And God, he waited on me. He let me go, 8 months into the year. But it wasn't until I bragged about.
God waited on him. It wasn't just that he wasn't done drinking and having sex.
Yeah.
Serving Satan with the actions that God said, I got to set you back now and set you straight. And then, so we're moving my school.
We're make an insane tweet and lose $2 billion.
Yeah.
Moving the Don.
That'll show you.
Well, God did that with Roseanne also.
He did.
If you remember.
God works mostly through Ambien.
I've taken Ambien, and the dreams you have on Ambien are, God probably did make that happen. More than likely.
I like to play Ambien roulette, where I pop one 20 minutes before I'm home in the car and see what happens.
Engineering university into a church.
So far, so good.
We were there
so far, so good, baby. Batting 1,000.
And then a homeless gentleman came in and was talking to us. And I said, is this a plant? I don't know, but this was the greatest theologist that I've met. And I had him come to a Bible study. We were working on the walk to the house. I don't like to call it a campaign. We're working to the walk to.
Yeah, hold on. This is a hard break at the end of the hour. Stations rejoin us. I skipped the other break. We got to have this. We're back in 2 minutes. We got to do this hard break. And I asked you want to put a website out where people can actually hear what you have to say? Or?
I want you to remind me what I'm saying so I can give this explanation.
No. You told me on the phone the story.
I need to tell the people, though.
No, you will. I'm going to remember. It's the amazing homeless guy comes in.
Yeah.
And he gives you this incredible word. All right.
I don't care about the website. I care about Jesus Christ and people knowing that.
I get it. But they also got to know where to actually find what you're actually saying.
JesusChrist.com.
Find it is in the Bible. My website is the Bible.
Nick,
nice.
where
you can email Jesus at AOL.com.
Find what you're doing.
Cozy.tv/Nick and the Bible.
All right.
www.stay.com.
We'll be right back. Hour number 3 with Ye and so many more. And we've got Owen Schroyer and Ali Alexander loaded, ready to go in the other studio, 10 feet through that wall. So they're coming up. Hour number 3 of the most banned broadcast in the world. Straight ahead.
Straight ahead.
He's so cool.
Free shipping.
Yeah. So, you want to keep going through this or?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I probably got to dip soon.
Yeah, we've been live for almost 3 hours now.
17 straight hours. We've done an Alex Jones.
We did a 4.5 show, 4-hour show on Tuesday too.
We did a 4.5 show.
We did 4.5 shows.
Holy shit!
We've been going hard in the paint this week, and it's not even Saturday.
Yeah,
which will probably end up being a 9-hour show.
Hopefully not 9 hours.
Obviously not.
Yeah. Yeah. So thanks for helping us get to 43%. And on Saturday we'll be back again to try and meet the goal.
Pounding out the other 56.25% by my count.
pounding it out.
Everybody wants G-Man to watch Kanye or Ye.
Get his reaction.
Like we want G-Man on to watch Ye. You guys are crazy. That's too much. That's an echo chamber. I think, obviously we didn't get to the aforementioned Mercedes Carrera stuff tonight. That'll probably be a big attention grabber at the beginning of Saturday's show. It's some interesting stuff there.
Lead with it.
Rock with it. Scott, so good to spend time with you. I'm sorry that Kanye and Nick Fuentes had to be our fourth wheels.
Happens to the best friends. It's good to see you again. It's been a minute.
It's been too long.
Going on a trip. This is my last dono for a little while.
Seth, look.
All right.
Cheers. Enjoy your trip.
Thank you.
For
guys,
guess 50%. What? Even
thank
50.
you for the big love. Appreciate you, seriously. Thank you, Seth.
Yeah. What's the date of your beard match again?
Date of the beard match
December
is
9th.
Next Friday, December 9th.
Damn.
Tacoma, Washington.
Next Friday?
I hate getting down to Tacoma, damn it.
Do it.
Do it.
It'll be fun. It's going to be fun. We're going to have a good time. My beard's going to be fine.
Gucci's was in the chat. We didn't get Gucci's on. We'll maybe do that.
Gucci's, I fucked her.
Oh, heyo. Were you in a three-way with Sam and Andy?
Yeah, that's what it was.
Nasty, man. We're nasty. We're sick sons of bitches. We're misogynistic.
Misogynistic. What a good joke. So.
I didn't realize Gucci's wanted on. I just thought she was hanging out in the
I think
chat.
she was just saying what's up. I don't know if chat was trolling.
Oh.
I figured we'd play off the chat for 24 seconds before we went off air.
Yes. Have a good night, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Bye. Thanks for stopping by.
Ugh.